And with that, we are live. Hi, everyone. I am DM David. These are the wonderful folks of Light of Thylea, and we're all playing Odyssey of the Dragonlords. This is episode 112. We're getting up there. Where do you think, as a side question maybe today, where do you think we're going to stop? Where is going to be the end? Maybe we need like an official. I think we need an official guesstimation, so that by the time it does happen, we can have like a pot. Bragging rights is obviously going to be one of the things that you can get out of that. I don't know what else. Maybe, tell you what, I'll give you an extra 3 feet for the next campaign for the person who gets the closest. Just kidding. That's really fucking powerful. I'm going to regret all of that.
Hold on.
I thought you were going to be like 3 feet of movement.
Power feats. We'll say like one of those ones like action.
Chef.
Yeah, Chef is very slept on. But yeah, one of the flavor feats. Fuck, now it really sounds like Chef. So. Guesstimations. Where are we gonna finish? What number are we gonna finish at with this campaign? And what is everybody's body count gonna be? And I'm not talking about the one that Tyler's thinking of. I'm talking about dead people. That's a
wait, were we supposed to keep track of that?
I mean, it would be nice. Maybe for the next one, we should do actually like a full stat sheet of like trying to keep tracks, like how many people have you murdered and why is Brissa always in the lead?
Why is Brissa back in this campaign?
I wonder if the stats people are doing anything on Tuesdays.
If you count villages, then it's probably.
Oh, that's brutal. Oh, no. That is brutal.
So we're at 112 right now. I think 138.
All right, we've got it. Hold up. I gotta put like a separate thread into our Discord for this one, okay? When will we be done? Guessing game. Yeah, I can't spell, so fuck it.
I changed it. 136. I changed my number. That's my final answer. I sat on it too long, and now I want 136.
Amazing. So we have 136 for Elena. Now that's going to be, so we're at 112, 24 more? No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what? Like 3.5 months? I can't do math that quick.
I'm sorry, what? 24?
I'm going to guess
divided by
even.
4-ish. 6?
4 months.
So it's like 6 months.
Wait.
Maybe a little less than 6, like 5 to 6 months.
I did. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, David made me do math earlier today already, so.
We are good at math. That's why we play math dice games. All right, what about the rest of you?
That's why we play math dice games where it does the math for us.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to do 150 even.
150. I like it.
Oh my god.
Wow, jeez.
Wait, sorry. I need to add even. It is an even number, you know. I do appreciate that.
It is even.
I don't know. We went from level 17 to level 18 in what, 4 sessions?
Like it felt like 20 minutes.
I want to be the gremlin instead of Jason's head, who's just like,
I know,
112 bitches. Wish.
Right here. I was gonna say, what if the price is right? Just do one more than somebody else. Just price is right it.
I'm thinking 132. 132.
I was gonna say 130.
So should have been faster.
Oh.
Is that what
those
you're
are two different numbers.
Those
David.
are two different numbers. Are you gonna price this right it?
Yeah.
All right, 130.
$1.
It's gonna be $1 sessions. Wait.
We finished next week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 141 because I don't have faith that we are gonna end on an even number. We're gonna try to end on an even number, and then end up needing to have one more session.
Oh, important distinction question that we have to settle now. We're obviously going to do an epilogue, right? Do we count the epilogue
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Totally counts.
Yeah, counts. Just so Alex gets that chance for 150 and count.
I swear it's gonna be like an epic last fight or something like that, and you guys are just gonna stretch it out if it's like just one number below your sessions.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We each get an epilogue. We each get one. That's 6 episodes right there.
Right, we each
Now
get a
we will
whole session of our epilogue, our character epilogue.
And now we're gonna spend 3 to 4 hours on Tyler's harem. Welcome to Light of Thylea. I mean, that's half the sessions anyway. So, all right, Damon.
Look, it'll pay off in the end. We got a Minotaur, we got a demon.
And Minotaur takes like 2 hits
I'm
before
just
he falls.
collecting
I mean,
NPCs.
it sounds a little horny. Yes, Damon.
I'm gonna lowball it a little bit. I'm gonna say 129.
129.
Oh,
Wow.
Right underneath, right
Okay.
underneath Tyler on that one. I see it.
Damon did prices right. Me.
I did prices right. Now here's the other thing we got to know: is there no winner if nobody gets it exactly right, or is it whoever was closest without going over, or
right.
what?
This is Price is Right. Whoever is closest.
Okay.
If there is a tie, I guess the person
Well,
who
none of us
didn't-
picked the same
Well,
number,
who
so
Is
didn't
it-
go
is it
under
closest?
the guess. Closest, but it has to be still the
Closest
number
without
that
going
you
over.
guessed, it has to be above that, because if it went over the sessions that you guessed, you're out. So if it's 120, if it's 130, Damon is out. I mean, obviously, because
So we're
Tyler's
not prices
No,
right.
not
Okay.
prices
So it is
right
Price.
rules.
I'm
That's the
explain Price is
opposite of
Right to me.
Price is
Listen,
Right
I did
rules.
not get raised by Bob Baker.
Barker, close.
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, you grew up in another country. You're close enough.
yeah.
So
I've
how
ne-
does
I've
Price
never
is
seen
Right?
Price is Right?
The
What?
closest without going over.
You haven't?
So if we hit 130, anyone above that is automatically out, and then it's whoever's closest that's under that. That's Price is Right rules.
Okay, I typed at the same time. I set myself up for failure on that one, and I can't do two things at the same
That's
time.
embarrassing.
So give me a second. I'm trying to give the chat a chance to also guess what the number is going to be. Okay, say that again.
You're just
Closest
gonna have to
without going
Google.
over.
You're just gonna have
What's
to
number
Google
going
Price is
over?
Right.
Closest without going over.
But that's what I was trying to. Oh.
No,
You
no.
were saying
said everyone
opposite.
under
I
is
did the
out, and
opposite.
it's the opposite.
Okay.
which means I screwed myself by saying 129 because that means it has to be 129 for me, but that's okay.
I mean, Aspen immediately guessed it's going to be 112 because you guys are going to die.
Well,
tonight.
that was my first. When you first said something, I was like, it'll end tonight, depending on how this fight goes. So,
Alrighty, with that. All right, enough. Try to drag this out as long as I can. I have some people to murder tonight. I mean, characters. With that, who would like to do a recap in order to earn themselves maybe a little bit of... Oh, no. All you guys have the inspiration anyway. I'll do the lead-in. Previously on Light of Thylea.
And it's like,
I don't have enough fucking wine for this. You have been on vacay mode. Repairing, Habitat for Humanity in Mitros, hanging out, commissioning things left and right, maybe having a nervous breakdown or 7. Lots of rest and not relaxation was had by many a character. We had, of course, Yanni working with Helios, the gold dragon, to try to deduce the method, the formula by which you can ascend to godhood. This ascension, this spell that will unleash divinity for one of you, is something that they have been working on and are getting very, very close to accomplishing. But of course, you are still being held back by a little, by the thing that probably irks every single one of my spellcasters, because I'm one of those DMs that makes you have the material components for spells, and in this case, you kind of need the divine artifacts. You already have one of them, You do have the Promethean fire, hidden away in a spot that only Lyra knows. But you also are on the hunt of the other two, or for the other two items. And one of them, the Caduceus, supposedly is somewhere on the southeastern part of the Eurasian Peninsula. You have been trying to figure out where it might be, but as fate would have it, Daphne's mom, Leto, had been able to integrate herself into the Amazonian forces, was then taken away with them down south, and ever since then they've been playing a bunch of banjos. Just kidding, different kind of south. They ended up scouring the Eurasian countryside for what appears to be the cairns, the old burial hills of the Eurasian kings and queens and troops hundreds of years ago. It appears that you received a call this morning as you tried to have a very important meeting that all of you attended. Technically speaking, there was a facsimile of Darian there, but she was just otherwise. She was occupied. There was things. She wasn't. She was there in spirit, and so as you finally rejoined the rest of the party, the news that Lito's mom was contacted by a sending spell by one of the priests of the palace, you finally were able to get yourselves ready. You've been spending the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes getting yourselves ready. In that period, is there any last thing that any of you, Light of Thylea, would like to accomplish, pick up, do before you set out? Oh no.
Damon died.
Damon died.
Did we get the healing potions from the Owlin shopkeeper?
I don't know. Does it say that on your character sheet? Did that happen? Did things happen?
Well, we went and she was going to give it to us, and then we had tea and we faded to black. So I don't know if we got the healing potions then, or fade to black can also mean switched perspectives.
I don't know that you were saying.
I was like, wait, I think I missed part of that.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
We sat down to have tea with her and we started talking, and then it switched over to another person, and so I don't know if we got the potions then or if we had to go back.
Sorry, Discord crashed.
Oh man, I hate when that happens. And now my mouse is gone. Whoa.
Elena, you probably could have just added them to the sheet. David probably didn't even remember that we went there.
Oh, I did remember that too. You get out of here.
Lyra's extra salty today.
It's because I spoiled a great surprise. Maybe I should, as I get those potions added, maybe I should add this neat little thing that I saw before Tyler sent me a TikTok of it. Crybaby points. Should we introduce those?
Oh God,
what do you think, Tyler?
Crybaby points.
What do you think, Tyler? Should we make that a thing? Should that be a thing?
Sure.
Oh no.
I can't. I felt too bad. All right.
Don't forget that Darian also got an herbalism kit.
I did. I have fresh up-to-date herbs. My bird is rebuilt. Life is good for Darian. Her skin's glowing.
Life is so good.
Yeah.
Good for her, honestly.
Oh, God.
And the Galia made one of the soldiers give back their gem of brightness so that I could have it.
Mm-hmm.
You actually did add one yourself? Wow, I'm deleting that right now. All right.
Yeah, I did. You gotta be self-sufficient around here, apparently.
Oh my God.
Why do you want to start shit?
We're about to play.
Episode 112.
You want to do that?
God damn. Wow.
Look at the group. Look at the rest of us.
All right.
Fireballs hurt everybody.
What else do you guys want to do? If anything.
I mean, I guess I need to get a vial to fill up later.
For reasons.
For undisclosed reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I'd probably preload my bird with the healing kit, so it doesn't need to be in action. I'm just thinking ahead. I would have taken it and just been like, "Girl, this is you. You're our little whatever. What do they call them in hospitals? The
nurse?
No, like the things you used to the defibrillator.
Okay.
Chalking grass?
She's gonna dance on top of you while you're unconscious. Like, let's go.
Just a little.
Sure, why not?
Alrighty, cool. With that, then, you have gathered back in the room where you were planning on what to do next. If you'd like to, another one of the priests is now in attendance to cast more sending spells for you, if you'd like. They have the capability of casting 4 more of them before they run dry. Again, you know generally the area where she should be, but that doesn't mean that Yanni or Argenti are going to be terribly familiar with it. Speaking of, though, Argenti, I'll let you roll me a D100, please, as a luck roll, since you are technically from Aresia.
4.
That's a divine intervention.
That is a divine intervention.
That is.
That's a really easy divine intervention. That's like a secure divine intervention.
That's like before you can even roll divine intervention.
You know what, guys? I think I should stay back with Briss's kids, and y'all can go ahead.
You mean Briss's kid? It's just the one right now.
She adopted that little girl.
She did adopt that girl.
Oh, right. I forgot about
your
her.
parents.
I forgot about her.
Forget about her.
Yeah, we still need to find her dead parents. I forgot about her.
This is now the adopted princess. That's fine.
Yeah. I do feel the need to point out, David, that I also am from Aresia.
That is true, also.
The reason that I'm giving Argenti the luck roll and not Yanni is because Yanni grew up on the streets and was an urchin and didn't really do a whole lot of traveling of the countryside and literally archaeological digs, such as Argenti probably would have done.
That is completely accurate.
But you know what? Valid. I would have absolutely given you, but then I was like, hold up. Yanni didn't do that. No, Yanni's one of those people that has lived in a state and never went to like a really cool landmark because
Yanni never left his hometown.
And then he traveled the whole world. It's like just in his youth. He was a little.
Megan grew up here since she was 7 and didn't go to the Grand Canyon until she was like 27. So
exactly. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, cool. With that, then, would you like to try to suss out more things from Lido before you try and teleport in the close approximation of where she is?
She gave us like a very good description already, right?
She gave you a description.
Can we get a better description? Like as much as possible,
Already? I will roll a luck roll, okay? One of the sending spells is translated through, and words are being told at Argenti and Yanni, and you both go, yes, that is some of the territory in Southeast Aresia, yes.
I guess when we get there, is there a way that she can leave a trail, or shoot something up into the sky, or something along those lines that would kind of be like, hey.
The second one, probably not the second one.
You know what I love?
If they have one of those birds, they could send one of the birds.
She doesn't have a bird because she's technically not an Amazon. But there's technically
Can she talk to animals?
That is specific.
Can she send an animal to us?
She is.
Does she have skyrite? Does she have pyrotechnics?
Even more of a muscle mommy than Daphne is. Daphne at least has some magical capability. Her mom was just pure brute, magnificent force. With that in mind, though, you certainly could maybe try to think of ways to do exactly that, to let her know where you are. Maybe that's a way to think around it. There is a 5th edition spell that does precisely that, called Skyrite. And literally nobody ever picks it. Ever.
Nope.
Never.
And then Marisha used it, and it was
I'm
like,
pretty
wow,
sure
that was
Marisha
really
used it.
fucking good, actually.
Well, if we get in the area, I could send my bird out to do a little bit of scoping.
The bird is
like-
good for
That's
something.
true.
Yeah, birds are great. I could even conjure some birds. We could add birds to
Oh
I don't
my
know.
god, Fred. I still don't remember their names.
I can actually talk to the animals now, and I can talk to animals and
Literally
love
3 of
it.
us can speak with animals now.
It's great. I can't wait for you guys to. Never mind. We'll talk about him
This
later.
Disney
Don't
Princess
talk
Party
to
is
the
getting
elephants.
a little
Do
cramped.
not talk to the elephants.
Well, okay. Why don't we teleport to where you guys think they are, and then we can send some
have 3
birds
more
out.
free sendings to try to hone down, if you can think of ways. I'm not going to actually go through the words of it to speed things along a little bit for your benefit, But what other intel points would you like to try to figure out?
Does she know the nearest city?
Elena and then Alex.
Yeah. So I was just saying, if she knows, like, the direction of the nearest city to us, like if she knows like a city that, even if it's like, oh, the next city is half a day's travel, that at least would give us location.
Okay, she communicates that it is a few days southeast of Arisia itself, or what was formerly known as Twitter. Alex, chew down.
I was going to suggest we save the last two, and when we get there, we have Syla like fly up into the air and like do a little roar and a little like fire and fly back down, and then maybe in like 10 minutes, you guys send a message and be like, "Hey, which direction did you see Syla?" And then then they send the message back to us, being like, "Hey."
The priest will say, "But Your Grace." I also saw the TikTok where it's like you got to call queens and princesses different things, and
queens and kings are their majesty. And
we all have the same FYP at this point. Incredible.
But your Majesty, if they see Syla, they will know that you are there, or at least close, or at least that Syla is there. A small dragon of gold scaled variety. If the Amazons see that, you will give up your element of surprise. Not to tell you how to do your thing, I just wanted to add to the intelligence discussion that is currently unfolding before me. Thank you, Your Majesty.
That felt sarcastic.
Also,
I have been casting a lot of sending spells. A lot of them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Daphne's mom traveling with other Amazons?
Yep.
So I feel like it shouldn't be let's teleport to Arisia and then shoot fire up into the air to let all of the Amazons know where we are.
You could be yelling freedom while you do it, though.
Where were you on January 6th, Moxena? Anyways,
we could send Darian's bird and have it just do like 4 circles.
She could do so, like she would blend in with all the Amazons. Like they would just think it's another bird. Like there's nothing special. I'm sorry, Andrea. There's nothing special about her. There's nothing different about her that distinguishes her from other
singular
birds.
Oil tear runs down.
You know I don't mean it like that. We don't have time for these emotions. But I could send her out, and I could, like, with like a little scroll, as if like she's bringing a message.
A message.
I just got really excited about this idea. I'm so sorry. I think it could work.
How far can she get that you can still like communicate with her? Is there a limit?
But she'll come back. Like it's just I won't know. Like she goes, she does her job, and she'll come back. So if we know they're traveling, so were they just traveling southeast? Is that the direction they're going?
Yeah, they've been kind of like essentially what you have been finding out up until now is they've been kind of zigzagging the landscape there in general in order to find where these buried cairns might be, and it seems like they have stumbled upon them and are now preparing to go through them one by one. What she did describe in her message is that there are multiple of these. It's just like a very hilly area that continues on, kind of like in a semi-mountainous area. And so it will likely take them a while to try to locate, hopefully, the right one. But yeah.
If we look at a map of that area,
gross.
Does that help narrow down, like, okay, like there are these 5 locations that are southeast of the city where there's like hills versus forests, or like is that still too much of a
No, that's smart. I like that kind of shit. All right, so there's essentially 2-ish. It's really 3, but it's like 3-ish, 2-ish areas where what she described could be.
We could ask her if she's near the sea or if she's near forest.
Define
like to help well I guess like is she close to the sea or like close to surrounded by forests? I don't know.
At this scale, she's not going to be close to the sea that she can see from where she's at.
True.
Are there any like important region landmarks in that area, or I don't know, like we have
Argenti, right? That's what I'll say, Yanni. You could have read up on that afterwards. You two make me history.
I definitely saw some maps.
David was so salty on that one.
No, just I spent as much time as I could in the library. I'm sure I saw some maps.
I mean, did she?
Look at that.
31.
He got it.
One thing he knows, it's fucking maps. That's
just in order to kind of like spite that, right? Argenti, you finally have shaken off some of the weakness of that, but there's still a little bit of that you're still channeling, maybe just a little bit as you kind of like try to think like significant landmarks outside of Aresia, what else mattered. But Yanni, you kind of think of that, and you think of some clever questions to ask somehow contained within a 25-word tweet. Sorry, sending spell. And that is going to hopefully narrow it down further. As you ask that question, you are reasonably certain, with one sending remaining to narrow it down, or try to essentially get as close as you possibly can. It appears that she is not on the western coast. And that the hilly area is actually turning more mountainous. So that must be kind of like within that central heartland there. That's still a multi-mile area that you would have to discover, but with the clever questions that Yanni was able to ask with that natural 24-31, you're able to narrow it down to at least this stretch.
So, I mean, I guess that should point it out if they've gone over the mountains or not, right? Because if they haven't gone over mountains, then they're on, the west side of the mountains. And if they're at the base of the mountains, or if they're kind of like elevated into the mountains, then we can kind of know from that regard, right? At the same time. What do you guys think?
It works for me. Do we have a way of getting to her quickly once we find out where she is, outside of teleporting again?
Scylla can carry a few of you, and then me and Lyra can fly, and I think Argenti can also carry a few of us. I don't know if you can do that, turn into a dragon thing like at will, or if it's like, I know.
I might be able to, I think.
Yeah, Argenti, is it like how the other dragons do it, where it's like whenever you want, or is it like, since it's new to you, it's like a once a day thing?
As you say that, the door behind, by the way, kind of goes open, and you can see the rest of the dragons start filtering in. We just received word. You see Peter kind of stepping into the place. They're all in humanoid forms as they kind of step around. So what is the plan? Valis just goes, please, just calm yourself. We don't need that energy right now. What do you mean they're planning?
Shut up.
What? And he kind of just looks at you, Lyra. Carrie goes, enough. All right. We heard that you might be going after one of the things.
We are going to go after them, yes.
Perfect. Not to speak on everyone's behalf, but I'm going to speak on everyone's behalf. So we are going to stay behind, if that's okay with you, to protect the palace, protect Mitros, make sure that things here are safe.
I think it's a good idea.
Be careful, because apparently they fucked up some dragons the last time shit went down, so...
Yeah, but they weren't us.
One of them was you.
I love your self-confidence, but be careful nonetheless, okay?
Okay. So what's the plan?
We're going to teleport there, and then we're going to kill a bunch of Medusa.
I like the plan. Can I just go with them, please? Vulcan, at this point, has sat down, just kind of looking at a map that you guys have rolled out. I see. Interesting. The old cairns, is that where it is?
You know the area?
Next.
Because we're still trying to narrow down exactly where they are, as close as we can get.
Yeah, most of the cairns are in the foothills, on the western part of it, not in the mountains itself.
I called that.
He gives you like
west. You did say west. You do.
Remember last time we said west and it turned out that was going to be the wrong direction?
It's 50-50 every time, guys.
Yeah. Gotta win every now and then.
Carrie goes, all right, I have an idea just to offer, and Valos, maybe you can help them too, but I was thinking maybe we can buff you all a little bit before you go out, enhance you a little bit. I'm thinking I could maybe cast Seeming on all of you. make you look like Amazons, because let's be honest, you will kind of stick out like sore thumbs.
That could be useful.
I feel like one of you may also have Death Ward. That could be really helpful right now.
You guys already have technically Death Ward
We have a ring.
because of the ring.
Oh, right. It has been a week since we've been in a fight, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Can you stack Death Ward?
I mean, unless you count Daphne trying to throttle Argenti as a fight, then it hasn't been a week. But
That's true.
No,
But we
that was
don't
not a
count that as a fight.
Aw.
We count that as elder abuse, and we need to report it.
Oh, no. My God.
I had to teach the old man a lesson.
I mean,
Oh,
most
Jesus
old men
Christ.
do need to be
How many
taught.
times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Oh my God.
what do you tell Argenti when he's got 2 black eyes? Nothing.
Yeah.
I already told him twice.
Oh, no. So.
He fell down the stairs, okay?
I got life alert.
It's at the rate of friendship is just life alert for her.
Yeah.
After
Just
Daphne,
blink.
but I can't get up.
Yeah.
He just messages all of us, I'm falling.
Takes Serene off.
Do we all want to look like Amazons, or should one of us look like a Medusa? That worked well for you guys when you went in.
It did work
With-
really well, though. I think maybe we shouldn't have Peter be the one in charge this time. What? It worked out great. And I made the greatest invention of all time.
With seeming, I don't remember, does everyone have to be the same thing, or can everyone be a different thing?
It just has to be generally same limbage.
Gotcha.
So there is an argument that maybe there's a lot more limbs going on suddenly up here. The key is it's just like this guy's self. If anybody like touches the thing or anything brushes up
Right.
against it, it's going to be very obvious that it's an illusion.
Right.
Can you turn Scylla into like one of their war elephants?
That would be a very small war elephant, but
What about a
What about
A rhino?
Rhino?
She's not quite as old as we are, okay?
She could be the rhino.
yeah?
Like
What about a
rhino.
rhino?
Yeah, the rhino.
Yeah.
Again, kind of a small rhino, but sure.
Wait, how little is Scylla?
Oh, she's large.
She kind of like struts her stuff over there, like, I am great. All the other dragons kind of look at her, and you see Vulcan kind of goes over there and pats her side a little bit.
I mean, sure. I think a disguise wouldn't hurt us.
Yeah. So who, if we're gonna mix it up, who should be? Should we only have one Medusa? Should we have multiple Medusa? Who should be the Medusa?
I mean, the Medusa should be the person who is the best liar.
Lonnie, you say this every time. And
Well-
every time I immediately hate it.
But you are the most skilled at bullshitting people out of all of us. And the Medusa is going to be seen as the leader.
The
so
door opens again. This time you can see Helios stepping into it, kind of taking his hair and tying it into a little bit of like a man bun in the back as he kind of steps in. What did I miss?
You're not going with us either.
Going... I've been told there was an important meeting here when I came to the palace. What's...
Wow, 2 people missed the meeting.
We
There was
we
a
know
meeting?
we know where
That's
the
supposed to be it.
we know where the enemy is at. We're going to teleport there, and then we're going to kill them all and abduct their leader.
Well, we're not going to kill all of them. We need to leave some of them alive because when Darian is the queen again, she needs to have people to rule over.
Well, first off, let's figure. I personally feel
Kill
like
all the Medusa. Try not to kill all of the Amazons.
yes, but okay. I think we need whoever feels like they would be able to, like Yanni said, do the most talking to get us. If you have any questions about protocol or anything like that, I can help you. At least I can try to remember.
Oh, that's true.
What I
could
saw.
Be like a little person in my ear telling me what to say.
Yes, and I can be maybe like the commander of the unit who's in charge of protecting you. So that way, if I need to intervene, I can help if I need to. But we need someone who can lie, and I'm not a very good liar. I barely know how to talk, so I feel like it shouldn't be me.
I'm good at persuading people, not good at lying, really. So.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So
as
Lyra will be the
pointed
Medusa.
out a few times, it is literally in my name.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So we're all Amazons except for Lyra, who will be a Medusa. Pitor, what was that name that you used when you pretended to be a Medusa?
I don't want to be whatever Pitor was.
Pretty much just like any woman I've ever
been.
I don't really remember their names after.
Oh, I just knew there was a lot of hissing. I just didn't know if that was a name that you had heard Medusas use.
It sounded like a snake name.
Does Daphne's whole face turn black now from the...
I feel like she's been like gripping onto the table and just like grabs on a little tighter.
As you do, and there's like a little bit of the wood grain kind of starting to splinter off. You do see Valis and Kyra both just death glaring at Peter, by the way.
When you guys went and rescued Estrella, did you hear any Medusa names? Because that's usually where I immediately crack, is they go, "What's your name?" And I panic and I say
Valis
Lyra.
Goes,
so
that would have been the plan, but we all got a little, I think, excited that we were on a mission for the first time in a while.
Sorry, aren't Medusas just cursed Thyleans? So would they just have normal names?
Precisely. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, but I was just.
But what if
we
when they
knew
become
their actual names already? I was just going to use one of their names.
But that might raise more suspicion, if anything. If you think about it, if you are someone, for example, if you came in and say, "I am Moxena," but Moxena's already with them, it would be an obvious ruse, yes?
What'd she say?
Okay. And my name will be.
Can I remember from growing up a random name of like a lesser house or a lesser family? Okay, that sounds awful, but like not like the more prominent families, but maybe like one that was like lived in the country, rarely came to the city, like in
Darian
my not like studying.
Is going to make such a good queen. She already makes such a great queen. I will say you were 8 when your mom was murked, and you were locked away. So there's a very good chance that you probably didn't pay attention to a lot of names. But I'll give you a luck roll. You do have to roll better than 85 to say that at 8 years old you paid attention to that kind of stuff. There's a chance.
That's bullshit.
A divine intervention. That's a divine intervention.
The first time. Cool. I will never roll another one. All right. I don't remember shit, guys. I think we're just gonna have to come up with a random name. It's fine.
What was your mom's name, Darian?
I feel like that would be a pretty big red flag if we walked in saying my mom's name.
But imagine how fun that would be.
We really shouldn't be wasting our time here. Daphne's mom needs us.
Pick a common name.
Beth.
Pick a common name. The odds are
Shelby.
it won't raise suspicion. And if they're like, "You're not the Shelby that I know," that's like, yeah, it's a common name, bitch.
Yeah, it's probably like Leto or
Smith. Smith was the most common name, and you really can't go wrong with Smith. It really is probably
like in
Arian's profession
where it's ruled
Daphne's
by women.
profession.
I feel like Smith is not the best name.
But that's taking back our power, Lyra.
We've reclaimed Smith.
We reclaimed Smith. All right.
Peter's over there by Vulcan going, "Do they always do too much talking? No wonder they don't get anything done. See, if we had gone, we'd probably already be back."
We heard about how long it took you in the bathhouse. All right.
Okay, yeah, they ended up talking for like 30 minutes, but that is women for you. Valis and Kyra are about ready to kill Peter. What?
And then Valis was gonna cast silence and let you guys just kill a bunch of people? That seems way out of her nature.
Listen, I haven't been on a mission in a very long time. I didn't feel like myself. I certainly didn't act like myself at all.
Do we have one more sending for her mom?
We have two, right?
One
Okay,
more.
why don't we send...
we used another one?
Yeah.
I missed that part.
Why don't we send her a message that says that we're going to, when we show up, we're going to be disguised? Would it be better if we showed up as all Amazons or with one Medusa?
Or like a platoon with a Medusa.
Yeah.
I think it's a good question to ask.
So that way we know how we should approach.
All right. Everybody agree that's the last sending? That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I do like that.
All right. Send out the information. Darian, what you guys get back essentially comes down to, she suggests that you all are Amazons, a scouting group that might more easily go under the radar. All the Medusas know one another, and all the Medusas are known because they're the ones in positions of power. Is essentially what she is able to perfectly translate in 25 words or less.
I feel like that was under 25 words.
Yeah.
So we're all going to be the same as
all Amazons. Yep.
I've decided my name. It's gonna be Xena.
I feel like Gabrielle would really fit if I wanted to pick a name.
Gabrielle is also an Amazon, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Yep.
She also was the queen momentarily, temporarily. So
can be again.
All right. Are we ready to go?
Yes. Alice, will you watch over my family? Because, Kyra can't really. Thank you.
Excuse me. Valis just goes, your children will be safe. We have already placed additional enchantments and moved them. That's what took us so long.
Death Ward?
Yes, that as
Thank
well. Helios goes, I could maybe bring them to a different place momentarily. If you want to, I can keep them safe at the tower, or I can keep them safe at the Garden of Helios. It feels kind of weird saying it like that. At my garden.
I would ask
What do you think?
my husband, and I will let him decide what he thinks is best there.
He can bring Icarus as well, and of course a contingent of Centurions. Anything that will make him feel comfortable. But I would like to have your input. They are your children as well, after all.
If you think that they're going to be safe there, then I will trust you that they will be safe there.
He goes up towards you, drops to a knee, looks up towards you and says, I swear upon the dragons of old and new, I will protect your children with my life. And then he gets up.
Thank you.
All right, you heard the queen. You four are going to stay here then? Vulcan goes, yes, get yourself out of here. Are you going to be at the guard? Actually, don't tell me which one you're going to choose. That way they cannot pick our brains even if we do die. Kyra goes, we're not going to die. What are you talking about? You don't know. The gods are on their little stupid mountain. The second that these guys are going to go away, they're going to try some bullshit. Of course they are. Oh, speaking of, Kyra goes, I know that Lyra mentioned something about maybe trying to talk with the gods. Is that the thing you're planning on doing still? What if they...
We're planning on then...
From the mountain down?
We were going to do that first, but this kind of got waylaid.
That's fair. Oh, okay, I have an idea. I can distract them somehow. That's pretty much the idea. I don't have more planned than that. Maybe we can offer something, distract them. Argenti, you're the champion of the floozy, right?
Moon Maiden.
Right.
I was like, who?
Yes. Yes.
The one that pretends like she knows how to organize an orgy. It is so much more work. She just invites people. All right. So maybe you could, use your connection there a little bit. What do you think?
To do what exactly?
I'm not sure. Distract them so they don't attack the city while the 6 of you are gone.
How?
You said you had the plan, right? Right?
Mostly?
We were going to pretend to agree to their terms.
We didn't really have a plan.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
How about we just tell them that, can we get a message to Hephaestus to tell them that we plan to agree to their terms in about 1 week's time? Gives us some time to do whatever we need to do.
Oh, wait a minute. Do they have to know we left?
The gods, they're probably going to know.
Oh, they will know. Actually, they probably know right now.
Oh, if they're watching us. I was just thinking if the dragons transformed to look like us, and while we were gone, we looked like somebody else, then would they know?
Yep.
But if they're listening now, then...
Yes. They're very aware. Which, they probably also heard you say that we're pretending to agree to their terms, which I assure you that we are not pretending. We are actually going to agree to their terms.
That is... I see what you're
doing. You just need more time to think.
Right. Okay, is there maybe man, I miss being in that position. Is there maybe... Okay, legitimately then. Is there something that we can offer them so that... I mean, they probably want... You all probably want the divine artifacts as well, right? If you can hear us, you can just come down. Come on.
I don't think we have time for that conversation right now.
That's fair. Okay. I just want to do this.
What they want is the Promethean fire. So if we can find something as equal or greater value, I mean, maybe that would do something, but I doubt it.
Then the Promethean fire. Okay. Is there such a thing? Do you have such a thing?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
Oh, the Caduceus.
On the list.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do this, but what if we offer... No.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to figure it out. Argenti, is there anything else that you can think of? You know this Moon Maiden better than I do, so maybe there is something that you could tease out? You've become familiar with her, yes? She likes you?
It's complicated, I think.
Sometimes the most fun situations are, but okay.
I mean, what does everyone else think that we could use in our favor? Maybe as you were saying, maybe it is beneficial that we're looking for the Caduceus. Maybe because they probably want that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll allow us go on our way. Although there is a chance maybe if we leave, they'll try to hold the city hostage or something.
And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I just want to do this smart this time. No more backstabbing while people are distracted. While we're trying to protect your children.
I, for one, don't think we should give them anything, so I don't have any ideas.
Keep in mind, Hephaestus did warn us that those of us who were given gifts can have that turn into a curse.
Mm-hmm.
So, we do need to play this a little bit smartly.
Well, I think most of us have divested ourselves of those, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't have mine
Most
on
of
me
us.
at the moment.
Not all of
I
us.
still have mine. Yeah.
Some of us, well, I guess in Argenti's case, you can't really get rid of yours.
Yeah.
And,
Sort of in my body, woven with my soul.
I guess it's safe to assume that you're safe to keep your hammer, right, Daphne?
That's what he said.
Well, and the hunter, the hunter god, he's on our side, or at least he's not against us.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, there was Sun Mommy who gave me my item, which I'm not wearing right now because it stopped working anyways because we assumed that they were dead. Yanni had Sky Daddy's helmet.
Yeah, and I gave it to the Fates in exchange for information.
So we don't have to worry about that one.
What if we just simply offered another gift to the Fates for a little bit of a cheat code to where we need to be? What if we, I don't know why I said cheat code. I don't really know
Cheat code?
What does that even mean?
As he's playing.
Oh my gosh, that's new magic.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Like a thief's cant or a...
or perhaps, I could offer up... they must have a way of taking things from us. What if I could offer up my boon to them in exchange for a swift teleportation to exactly where we need to be? I don't really know.
Well, I don't think we're worried about the teleportation, and we're worried about if the Octet shows up
Well, right.
in Intros.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I think they're going to do whatever they want to do anyway, and there's no way we can prevent it. So the best course of action is probably the quickest course of action.
So we should just go then and hope for the best.
I don't think there really is a doing this the right way. This is war.
But it doesn't have to be, right?
It's not
Well,
a choice.
The Moxena part is pretty much a war. The other gods
Sure,
part,
yes.
not yet a war. I think that's what Argenti meant.
No, it's all the war. We are in the middle of many different wars at this very moment. So
Argenti, when you spoke to the Moon Maiden, it was the Moon Maiden, the Sun
Mother.
Mommy,
Yeah.
Sky Father,
Yeah.
with respect, Sun Mother and Sky Father. Those are the three that are the angriest with us. And
Yeah.
okay, the Trickster, the Fish Queen, and the Ghost Lord are at this time indifferent.
Well, Ghost Lord, we assume might be bad because he met up with the Medusas, right?
right,
I
and he
just
also
don't see
benefits
him
from
leaving.
mass death.
And
Yes.
we were scared of him long before any of this
Right.
current
Right,
stuff.
right, right.
So
But Fish Queen, yes. Trickster, yes. We think that they're a neutral party. And then Hunter is on our side, and Hephaestus is on our side.
What are you thinking, Darian?
As much as I know we're afraid of the Ghost Lord, I don't see him leaving his realm. He seems to be guarding it pretty closely, and when we all went for that feast, he seemed very annoyed that he had to come. So I don't see him leaving for taking over a city. So I don't think we need to worry about him. I don't see the Fish Queen leaving her ocean.
Yeah.
No.
So
And the Trickster, we don't really know where he's at, but
I think it is the three that we mostly do have
Yeah.
to worry about. Specifically the Sky Father and the Sun Mother.
And you guys are
I think-
obviously having all this conversation in your ring.
yeah, this is all
Yeah.
in our heads.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
The Moon
then how
Maiden
do we
didn't
talk to
seem
the
very
gods?
keen.
How do we talk to the dragons now at this point?
I mean,
We
we
just
could also
sign.
message the dragon.
Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking, if we really feel like we need to parlay before we leave, then we parlay with the Moon Maiden. We only have to talk to one of them. And we say, take this to them. This is our offer. And if they're gods, well, they are gods, they can find us wherever we are for their response.
Right.
But we need to leave no matter what.
But what are we
Right.
giving them?
Yeah,
I
and what
think
are we
is
off-
the
what is our
question.
offer? What do you think?
I really think we should just kill them. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. But we're trying
we
to
need to
keep
do
them
something to
from
buy ourselves time.
burning down your
Yeah.
already burnt down city while we're gone.
I say we just say that we'll give them the fire in 1 week's time, and then it gives us time to go, and then we come back, and then in 1 week's time we set a trap for them.
God, I kind of miss oaths now. It would
I
be great if we could just
Never.
oath this.
You know, perhaps we could. I don't know if this would work, but maybe we
We
could
could pinky promise.
deceive them and persuade them that Moxina is a greater threat than any one of us becoming a god. I mean, she is closer to the Caduceus, and perhaps we could sort of say that she's had the Promethean fire this whole time. Actually, I don't know if they would believe that, but
Well, wait, didn't she say she already has one?
She has one.
I think she was. I think what she was trying to imply was that there was no way we could stop her from getting the Caduceus at this point.
right.
Oh,
But is there any way we could make her the greater threat at the moment? I mean, if we take care of her, it's sort of like what do they say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, or something.
Maybe.
You know, we could take care of her.
yeah, I don't see
And
why
it
we
would also
couldn't.
be in their interest. Then they could just sort of, we could have a very temporary peace agreement or something.
Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't just tell them, hey, Moxena is going after another one of the divine artifacts, and we need to stop her, and then we can have our little group huddle when we get back.
Right.
But who did she get the ambrosia from?
Well, I don't think she has it, is what Yanni just said.
Yeah.
I also thought she had it, but apparently she meant that she's going to get the Caduceus before we even get there.
I mean, I could be wrong. It's not like that never happens, but that was kind of how I read things. Because
Well,
So
we
we
could
either-
also lie and tell them that we think that she already has one.
that's true.
Right.
What if we say that Moxena is the bigger threat and we should team up? And if she starts to waver, if they start to waver, we say, if you're not going to team up with us, then we'll team up with her and help her kill you and get you out of the way.
Is that actually?
That could work
I'm not saying I would do
long
it.
term, but I don't think that. I mean, as far as a threat, that could work long term. I'm afraid it would have them here in a heartbeat if that's what we told them right now.
Well, Brissa, it's your city. At the end of the day, it's up to you if you're ready to leave it without a barter.
I mean, I don't want to leave it without a barter either. What does everyone think? I mean, I think we do need to also get to Moxena, because Evie.
Yeah, burning daylight.
Yeah.
Hephaestus has been really pushing for a peaceful approach. I imagine even more so with the 8. I think we should play on that aspect. Threatening them is only going to prove Pharos' point. I think what we need to do, if they try to stop us from getting the Caduceus, we speak plainly. We're trying to get the Caduceus and we can talk afterwards. Otherwise, and she'll look to Kira and I guess speak the rest of this out loud because she doesn't have the telepathic means.
Yeah, they've been kind of like kind of talking to each other, and most of it has been just trying to tell Peter to shut the fuck up.
So she'll look over to Kira and
this is what you need. They can listen. Yes.
if the 8 do try to attack, you need to seek out Hephaestus. Hephaestus has been pushing for peace. I'm sure, along with his ties to the other 8 and your honeyed words, you'll at least get a good majority of the gods on our side. And that might not offer total peace, but it could offer a bit of a standstill.
Valis goes, there is another thing that we have considered. We were gods of this place for 500 years. And we know that they've been around for a while, but they have no experience ruling Thylea, actual Thylea. Besides, there are still many who worship the 5. Maybe in secret, but they do. So if we appear, if we bend the knee, and swear even non-magical oaths to help them, guide them in ruling Thylea, we can be their advisors. Help them rule in a way that there won't be a second Light of Thylea or a third Light of Thylea that will uprise, eventually trying to slay them again and again and again, because... And it's almost like she's starting to speak towards the ceiling rather than just all of you. She's like starting to address the entire room, but kind of looking towards where the mount is. If you kill the Light of Thylea, if you destroy the city, you will make them martyrs. And this city and everyone in Thylea will remember what you did. Do you want to rule like Sidon and Lutheria did?
Hopefully better.
As you guys are having this conversation, suddenly there's another person standing in the room with you all.
Oh God, we should have left like an hour ago.
I don't have the energy for her.
She can't hurt us. Oh no.
Hi. That was a good little spiel there, Valos. Hi. Just a little message from, up high. Argenti, thank you very much for vying for peace. I almost didn't believe the words that came out of your mouth, but, I know you, I trust you, and so I will trust the rest of you as well. Okay, so you seem to be off on a little adventure against this snaky queen. And yes, it turns out killing you might be a little bit of a thing that we don't really want to do. It's been really hard to talk Ferris out of it this entire time, but we have done it for you. All of us are alive. Thank you for, I guess, implying the question. Yeah, so I can at least make a little bit of a deal right now. So you want to have a week to have your fire. Is that it? What are you trying to do? Become a god in a week?
Not exactly.
Okay.
It's gonna take us some time to get it back. We hit it very well.
You did. Listen, I want to keep you around. You are good for Thylea. You are good for us. I mean, Brissa, thank you for all the temples. I appreciate it. I love all of the ceremonies that are going on right now. 5 different temples, right? Thank you so much for that. That was your taxpayer money that built it before it all got destroyed, and 3 of them are still standing. That's really nice, and we're helping people get bandaged and cleaned. And okay, listen, I see that I'm losing all of you. I want to resolve this peaceably, okay? I just don't want to have this end with all of you dead.
You were a lot more interesting when I was under a compulsion to like you.
Oh, you struck me right in the heart, Lyra. Listen, you're very good at talking and very good at zinging. I appreciate you for that. If anything, you should become a high priestess. I think it would make for a fantastic fit ultimately, right? I think, if anything, my temple needs more women like you. So, why don't we make that happen?
I don't really like stooping lower than I already am.
All right. I see how it's going to go. Okay.
I have so much more respect for Lyra.
If that is how it's going to be, I give you all a chance.
Why do you want to follow Pharos? What has he done for you
He
since
made
you
me
come back?
a goddess. I am
Great.
who I am today because of him.
And now that he doesn't have the fire, he can't take that away from you. So why do you feel like you're still beholden to him?
Right.
I am not beholden to anyone. I am here as my own woman. I just keep my word. And as such, I gave Ferros my word that I would resolve the situation. I made him promise that he would let me handle this peaceably, however. He's just an angry little angel, you know, and he really
Right. But he's an angel, you're a god. You understand that, right?
Stop mansplaining to me my powers. I am keenly aware that I am a goddess and that you are not. Yes.
Right. Has anybody pointed out to, say, I don't know, Skyfather, that he could just crush Pharaohs at this point and never have to worry about him deciding to ungod him? Because I'm sure he would like to think about that.
You're trying very hard to split our ranks, divide and conquer. It is a very smart strategy. I give
No,
it to
see, here's the thing. We don't really have issues with you guys. It's Pharaohs. And we feel like Pharaohs is pulling your strings.
You have very much wanted to cause strife.
The problem is Pharaohs, though. Because Pharaohs, from our perspective, Pharaohs is pulling your strings. He's the one who thinks he can decide on his own who gets to be a god and who doesn't.
You just don't understand, okay? You do not get it. Your little mind is not enough to comprehend it, and I'm just trying to be nice. I tell you what, I'll give you 24 hours, all right? Keep your little fire for 24 more hours, and then we're going to have a very serious conversation. I'm
Moon
sorry,
Maiden.
I lost my composure right there.
Moon Maiden. Unless you've come up with a name.
No, I have not. I've actually, unrelated note, I am taking suggestions if you have any. Huh? Yeah. I asked Argenti, but he was, very.
The old matchstick, yeah.
Yeah.
Oaths are gone, but does he hold something else upon you? Because I've seen the way that he treats you, all the threats he made. I understand a need or a want to continue one's promises, but there is a point where it hurts more than it benefits.
No. He is our servant and our guide in divinity, and Valus, actually, thank you, Daphne, for your input. It is very good. Valus, yes, I think we could maybe come to an agreement once the light has decided that they don't want to fight with the pantheon of the world anymore. We can help each other out. And Valus just kind of, you can see Valus's brows kind of scrunched up, and her eyes kind of go towards you, Daphne, and it's that same recognition, that same thought in her eyes as it is yours, as she turns towards the Moon Maiden again. No, I actually would like to hear your answer. I don't think Daphne's point was concluded.
Thank you.
What was that, Daphne? I'm sorry.
Did you not listen to my question? You were just ready to speak again?
Oh, I was just expecting to be insulted again by Lyra, so my ear is partially pointed her direction.
No, I'm bored, so...
Lyra.
Continue to be. She waves her hand. Lyra, make me a Constitution saving throw.
That's not great.
You all technically have a Fatespiration, so apply those to your character sheets really quick if you would like.
Apparently we're gonna fucking need to. Jesus.
I don't want to waste it on whatever this is, though.
If you turn to dust, yeah.
Nah, disintegrate's a dexterity save.
Yeah, and the last time they
just
killed
drunk.
Argenti, he was already
What if
really
she just
hurt,
makes you
so-
drunk so you're useless for this whole drunk?
Think how much it would put her in her place if you shrugged off whatever she's trying to do to you.
Yeah, I know, and I could have just used my actual fate dice, but I forgot I had it until after I rolled.
Do it. Do it. Oh,
Nope, this one's worse. so-
Lyra, the words come out of your throat And as you say another insulting thing to the goddess of beauty, suddenly your throat pierces with an intense pain. And then there is nothing. As you make noises, air is being pushed out of your esophagus and through your mouth. But your voice box seems to be gone. That is better. Daphne, ask your question, and then I think I'm going to be on my way. Maybe remain in that position for a while. Do you want me to take your fingers too?
Lyra, sit down. Sit on your hands. Please. For your own sake and for my mom's sake, please. Moon Maiden, as I had asked before, I am trying to understand. You called him a servant. I don't know of any servant that would dare threaten the person they serve. Their goddess. He does not worship you. He likes you because he gave you power and you are under his thumb. So what does he have against you? We are trying to work with you. I am personally with Hephaestus. I don't want to see anyone be harmed. Minus Pharaohs, of course, because again, he reminds me an awful lot like Sidon, and I don't need to remind you of why you all decided to become gods in the first place. So help us understand, because yes, we're terrified of him. He's a cruel man. Angel? Whatever he is. Can you even tell us what he has over you? We're trying to understand here.
Daphne, make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh boy, okay. With advantage. I'm gonna use my fate die.
All right.
Just to try and get a little better. Okay. Yep.
Flash of Genius?
Mm.
At a D4? I'm sorry, that's my other game.
Suddenly you see Shadowheart. As as the tension in the room gets so thick you can slice it with a chakram. And the Moon Maiden just kind of stares you down. You can see that something is coiling inside of her, an emotion. Something is there. All of you guys can see that now, plain as day, after Daphne called it out. She parts her lips. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. See you guys here very shortly. Hey! Pew, 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 pew. Love you guys. And with that, we are back. If you're just tuning in, my name is DM David. These are the folks from Light of Thylea. We're playing Odyssey of the Dragonlords. As we left off, we had one of our incredibly powerful heroes mouth off towards one of the new 8 gods of this old realm, and she didn't like that so much. So she took Lyra's ability to speak. Thereafter, Daphne quickly surmised, or at least hypothesized, that Pharaoh's somehow is holding something over the gods, and called the Moon Maiden out. The goddess of beauty seemed to become uncomfortable with the visible signs of, well, something being beneath the surface there. As she parts her lips, she speaks a singular word of power. Daphne.
How much health do you have?
Everything around you suddenly goes dark. It is like the walls disappear and everything shrinks in, and for a second your heart stops, because it is precisely what has happened to you so many different times. And then walls return. As you are transported to one of the places that you cherish most, love most, where you feel the safest, the most secure. Daphne, what does that place look like?
It's her mother's vineyard, a little far off from Arisha. Not Arisha. I'm so focused on where we're going. Astoria. The Astoria can still be like kind of seen in the distance, but it's far enough away to where it takes a bit to get there. Specifically, she's outside where they have a nice trellis and some vines growing up that are flowering at this point. A table and a couple chairs that are meant to welcome multiple guests. There's the sound of a couple goats and a barking sheepdog. And it's just a very pleasant, cool summer's afternoon. The sun is starting to set. Little fireflies are starting to show up here and there. And of course, there is a chilled bottle of wine.
The chilled bottle of wine is pulled out of the ice that it's currently sitting on by an elegant, very alabaster white hand, attached to the body of the Moon Maiden, as she undoes the cork and pours you a glass of wine and herself a glass of wine, as she's already sitting upon one of the chairs set out for the guests, and then motions for you to sit down.
She will.
She lifts up the glass, smells the wine, kind of swishes it around a little bit, takes a little taste, closes her eyes, and a smile spreads across her face.
This year we had a very good harvest. Well, the year that you're enjoying anyways.
It is very good.
It is.
Sweet but robust. There's quite a bit of kick to it.
Just like my mother.
She's safe, by the way. She did a phenomenal job pretending to be an Amazon. In fact, she was able to convince a few of them to secretly switch sides. Your mother is a force of nature. If I didn't already know the answer, I would suspect her to be a demigod too.
Right. So I think like Daphne instinctively like whistles and calls for the dog that's been barking this entire time. As like this cute little sheepdog with little like white with brown spots comes up, and she just ruffles her fur. So, we're here
We're here because I wanted to know. You? You are broken. Bad.
Yeah.
But this place tells me a lot about who you are as a person. It's nice here. Quiet.
This is right before I found out who I really was. Who my father really was.
Ugh. Yeah, sorry about that. You really take after your mother, if that makes any difference.
It helps.
It sure does.
It doesn't stop people from comparing me to the other, though.
Daphne.
Moon Maiden.
Oh, God. I wish I could remember my name. I can't, you know.
That is a very interesting thing.
It is, isn't it? I can't. And I probably will never be able to do that. I'm a goddess. And I cannot remember my own name 1,000 years ago. 10,000 years ago. I don't know when I lost it, but I did. Or maybe I did before then. When I sent it.
A price to pay.
I suppose. Promethea had summoned heroes from all the tribes, from all the civilizations, across all of Thylea. I was a high priestess of Lutheria at the time. Before that, I had been born into a brothel, traded amongst people with money and power. Ultimately, what is between my legs become not as profitable as my art did. Turned out I was very proficient with my hands, and yes, more at ways than one. And then I started sacrificing them to Lutheria's grace. Bleeding them dry and watching the light go out of their hungry, masochistic eyes. And I felt a satisfaction from Lutheria. It wasn't until years later that I realized that I went into a bloodlust. That she was using me as a tool. To murder men that deserved it, of course, but without my consent, and there was a satisfaction with each kill. I just couldn't distinguish if it was mine or hers. And then I rose the ranks, became a high priestess, and then Promethea made her move. And I was sent by Lutheria. I was the one that told Lutheria everything that was happening. Without me, well, as the other 8 know, without me, Lutheria could have not tricked us, bound us to the temples. She was so scared of me at that point that she locked me away. I hate her, with every fiber of my being. But we're not here to just enjoy your beautiful wine in peace, or for me to whine about my past, Daphne. Pharaohs made us what we are. Do you think a mere celestial could do this?
I suppose not, but I thought that's what the items are for.
They are. I think if anything, he tricked not just us, but also Promethea back then. A way to split the power of the items. I think he's terrified Because the fire can kill gods. You could undo what he has tried to create. More so than he can do himself. And he can. With but a word. I'm doing this to warn you, Daphne. You need to return it. Or you will never get to live a happy life with Hephaestus. He will unmake him. His soul will be cleansed in the process. I don't know what he can do beyond just destroying us, ripping us apart. The divinity that he gave us was a curse. Just like the tricks that we played on all of you, the trick I played on Argenti. He can unmake us. So, I will play my part of an insane harlot, of someone who's insulted by you, and not just smite you into dust. He is afraid of you. Maybe you can use that. Maybe I can buy you some time. But you will have to acquiesce or find a way to overpower him. And there's only so much I can do to help you in that process. Because ultimately, if he suspects that I am helping you,
is there any way to get more than 24 hours?
I can try. Can you give me something?
It is... The group's gonna hate me for this. It's not the Promethean fire, but I do have another god-killing weapon. Not killing, it doesn't sever the soul, it just hurts a lot. Titan's Bane. A weapon for a weapon.
Interesting. I can't twist that after all. You don't have control over that fire currently, right?
Right? Believe we don't.
Who does have the fire? Can you tell me that?
Do you want me to tell you that?
It's so tempting to say yes. Fine. Do not tell me. I will accept. On the way to your little quest, place the sword somewhere where it is not taken by someone else. I will retrieve it on your way out.
Okay. I'll head to my room within the palace. I can say I need one last thing. I'll put it under my bed.
Understood. I can use this. I will have to sell this as you being weak. That your love for Hephaestus is a point of leverage I'm exploiting. I just want you to know this. I know you think you cannot trust me, and I am so tired of this. I just wanted a happier Thylea. A place where
that too.
little girls were not sold like furniture.
We want that too.
And there's just tears streaking down her face as she closes her eyes.
I promise we want that too.
From what I've overheard, does not seem that way. There are those amongst you who want blood and fire. I don't know if they will stop at anything. But before you defend them or not, find out what the others would want. I want to negotiate this in any way that I possibly can. We can make Darien the rightful queen she deserves to be. Maybe we can figure something out with this snaky little lady.
Pharaoh's going to try to work with Moxena. She's trying to become a god too. And I would not be surprised if he is working with her. Okay.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm asking you. I'm asking you if he is. I apologize. Maybe my mic cut out there.
It did not.
Okay.
I am just.
Moxena's trying to become a god.
What would make you think that?
Because he seems like the kind of enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Perhaps. I suppose that is not out of the question. Interesting. I will investigate this. Thank you for raising that thought with me. I suppose I've not been paying attention to him since I've been paying attention to you so much. I will ask the others.
And it does sound like the Ghost Lord is working with Moxena. I know there's been a bit of concern for that.
See?
Or perhaps I do not know. That's just what it seems.
I see.
I know, above all else, Brissa's going to want her daughter back.
Right.
I can find out about the others, though.
We can do
I'm
that.
going...
We can bring her daughter back to her. But we do need the fire. Please.
I know. God. I feel like at this point things are starting to wither as she just gets stressed.
As the vines start to shrivel up, the grapes fall down, already turning to raisins. You see that there's storm clouds starting to move in. The building behind you starts to rapidly age as tiles are falling off the roof, kind of collapses down. And you suddenly see the dog, aged, looking up at you with these puppy eyes, but on a frail, desiccated frame of an ancient dog.
I'll figure it out. I have a lot to make up for recently with them, but I'll find a way. I'll get answers and we'll make it work. We'll figure something out.
She reaches
like
across
I said,
and grabs your hand. Yes, you will. I believe in you. Hephaestus believes in you. She squeezes. And then you're back in the room. All of you have felt that incredibly powerful magic was just spoken. Argenti, Yanni, you two, more so than anyone else, as you're so attuned with it. Argenti literally is parts of the fibers of your being. Yanni, you having certainly learned this was something akin to what Argenti has done whenever he cast a wish spell, just kind of using a little of that fragment of divinity within him to kind of like change things. And she goes, you know what? I do not have to be here for accusations. I have said my piece. I would like there to be peace. Lyra, how about, can we just be civil to each other? Yes? She waves her hand. There's like an itchy, scratchy sensation in your throat as you're like, ah, and it feels like there's like a bad cold for a second, and then it slowly just wanes away. That was rash. I apologize. All right. Anyways, consider it. We will speak again. Good luck on your little mission. And she walks over kind of like by Argenti and kind of like puts her finger across the shoulder and she's like, and don't you forget. You promise.
I won't.
And then as you guys blink, she's there a moment and then she's gone.
Well, that was predictable.
What are we like that?
What just happened?
Daphne almost got smited. Smout.
Smoke.
Not this conversation.
She's got
No.
2 god boyfriends, and one of
No.
them's a girl.
There was a lot of power just coursed through this room.
Oh yes, I think it was the intention to unmake Daphne.
There was more than enough power there to unmake Daphne if that was her intent. What
I think
happened?
she held
Was
back,
it the
maybe.
vibe change when I was not able to talk anymore? Because I think we all felt that.
No, that was a brief moment of elation that suddenly.
I know.
ripped
That was
from me.
actually sort of nice, actually. From
Um,
no offense, of course.
You really got to stop mouthing off to powerful creatures. It's just not healthy for any of us.
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah, I know, but at least I said it now. All right. Are you okay, Daphne? That's what I care.
Yikes.
I don't know what just happened, but I know something happened.
I will be okay. Just a little bit more stressed than before. Insight check. I mean, it ain't high.
I'll leave that one up to Clancy.
Oh, it's not that great. Goddamn fate.
I just imagine this one is just like,
Those bitches.
They just like to see us fail.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say out of 15, like, yeah, Daphne's sweating a little bit. There's like a little bit more, I think the streaks are a little bit more prominent.
I say, do the streaks look darker?
Yes,
She just looks like she's fallen deeper in it. Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Oh, God, yeah. Diving in.
All right. Well, we agreed we were just going to ignore that till it went away. So,
Thank goodness.
yeah. You know what?
Darren actually.
Did she
making a
attack you?
Sorry, Jason first, and then I have something for Darren.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, did she attack you? Are you all right? I mean, we can't let that stand, right? I mean, she attacked one of our number.
She made it very clear that she can.
She can't attack
She
us,
threatened. She can attack. She did. She is a goddess. She's very threatening. I imagine we're saying this all out loud and not in the ring. That's why
In everyone's head, you hear. I'll clarify that. Let them throw their power around now. Better to let them think that they've won this. Well, this is out loud. Well, I don't see any point in pushing our luck any longer. We have a reprieve, I guess, for a short time, maybe.
24
Hopefully.
hours, right?
Darian should look at the chart.
Oh. I don't know why I looked over here. There's no monitor. That's a 31.
That shit over there? What is this? A butterfly?
I can look in a different direction and still know what's going
There's
on.
a mirror on that side. It's just reflecting the monitor.
I just look for shits and giggles in my chakram just to see what's going on.
Ooh.
Oh, mighty chakra.
Yes,
What do you say?
see?
Oh, yeah. 30 fucking 1. All right. Darian, you say all of this, everybody nods, kind of starts to head out, maybe do whatever they need to prepare themselves. As you look towards Daphne, though, yes, the tears seem to be, or the tear tattoo-like makeup seems to be darker. But where it was kind of like long streaks, they don't reach down as far as they did before. It seems like almost like they have pulled up a little bit. It's just like, it's like if the end point was like kind of by the low point of the cheeks, they're now kind of like a little bit closer to the midpoint.
Okay. Darian will kind of file that away, realizing that whatever happened with the Moon Maiden made Daphne maybe feel a tiny bit better. But knowing the state that the group's in right now, it probably wouldn't necessarily help anything. It would just maybe push her a little bit too soon. Because she clearly doesn't want to talk about it.
It just means the Moon Maiden is a better friend than we are.
Yeah, well, drugs help you forget. I'm sorry, that's fine.
This is not the official opinion of polyhedra.
My opinions are my own, and they don't represent the polyhedra
don't
community.
represent polyhedra.
Drugs help you forget.
But I think she'll just take note of that for Daphne, that she's maybe not in a better place, but she's not as sad-y as she was before.
Gosh, I wonder if Valis still has some of that Xanax that she gave me like 50 episodes ago. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
That was like 100 episodes ago. That was for
That was a very long time ago.
All right, so I
Daphne
guess
could use so.
we ready to go?
All right. You guys fan out. Helios takes the kids and disappears with a contingent, with Acastus and Icarus. They're all traveling together, teleporting to a safe location, not telling the others exactly where they have gone, just so to be able to spread it out. The dragons stay behind and swear, of course, to protect the city to the best of their capabilities. It seems so far there's not going to be any attack, as all of you guys, Argenti, you go to kiss Matteo goodbye, telling him maybe where you guys are going. Lyra, you try to find one of your 17 boyfriends and kind of go, whatever, I'll see you when I see you.
God.
Only 17?
If they could
thought we
just
crossed that mark a
stay
year ago.
next to me like an actual harem, that would be great.
Yanni, is there anything particular you want to do before you head out?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything.
That's fair. Brissa, you of course kiss your kids goodbye, kiss your husband goodbye, give Icarus a little bit of a scratch, and he holds on a little bit longer, afraid that either of you will lose each other again. But he understands that you must do what you must do, and he is going to die again if that's what it takes to protect the children. Darian, as you're polishing your chakra once more, having run back to the place of misleading.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, probably should not.
Is that what we're calling it now?
We have 5 minutes. Let's go.
That's what the episode's. Oh,
It immediately
my
fades to black. I
God.
had a scene for that, but you know what?
No.
As Helios puts his arm up on the, what is the fucking book talk trend? Up on the
on
fucking
the wall?
on the wall, like on the arm
And
frame.
leans?
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
he absolutely leans. Yeah, he takes the finger and lifts up the chin. But as he actually does appear in the door frame behind you.
He snaps your neck.
No, but he does snap you in half. As he kind of like is in the door frame, he's just like, I'm not going to tell you to be careful, because of course you are. I'm not going to tell you to be smart, because you are one of the smartest women I've ever met. I'm going to tell you to give them hell, and to get yours. I wish I could come with you to see you.
Darian will step forward and, in a very dramatic way, throw her arms around his neck. Big kiss. And then, Uppies.
Hey, whoa, hey. Puppies is my thing.
You got wings, bitch. Like, you can just float up.
You've known this man, what, 96 hours? Uppies is my thing.
And it's been great.
And it's been uppies.
And then Darian will just say, when I come back, we'll tell them everything.
If that is what you wish. Either way, I'm going to ensure that when the children are safe and you have these divine artifacts, you will be the queen. If that is what you want. Or perhaps something greater, even yet.
Well, let's get the artifacts first before we this is a lot of commit. Okay, it's been great. Darian's immediately way too much too awkward. Darian immediately just is like,
remember the breathing exercises we've been. Yes, there you go.
We talked about that's a lot of. Okay, I better go because they already suspect when I wasn't there this morning.
I think it's just Lyra really trying to ship me and Brissa, which is kind of fun.
In your fucking dreams.
Like, Brissa's great. I just don't think she'd be into like a group thing.
Yeah, I think she already got out of me what she wants to get out of me anyway.
Yeah. Darian's like slowly backing out because commitment is so not. This is so outside of her realm of comfort.
He is totally like not perturbed by it. He just.
I know.
He probably like. What would Helios do? He'd probably grab your hand before you pull it out immediately. Say, one more for me, if you'd like.
She
do the thing.
Yeah.
And goes, kick some ass. We switch away from the house scene as Daphne is walking through the palatial halls towards the sleeping arrangements there. With each step, the torches that are inside with eternal flame spells flicker as you step by. Their flames dying down just a little bit until you arrive at the room. Pull out the Titan-slaying sword. And a voice in the back of your head goes, "Good. Give it up. Lay it down. Lay it to rest. Unburden yourself of the responsibility that you don't need, that you don't want. Let someone else be responsible for the failure that this weapon will bear."
I think Daphne hesitates for a second because she was originally planning on giving it to Helios in case Daphne had gone too far. And then she keeps her word, and she puts the sword under her bed like she had promised. Tucked enough far enough away to where hopefully it's not obvious.
With every step that you took towards your room, there was a deep pain in your chest, in your sternum. Thoughts, like a vicious cycle, kept focusing on Hephaestus being unmade with a single word by Pharaohs. But as you lay the sword down underneath the bed, you become so blessedly numb. And you stop to feel. And you look towards your hand. And you see the inky blackness recede away from your elbow a bit and towards the hand. You flex your hand and you feel nothing. You stand up, you turn to return to your friends, whom in a way you may have betrayed, but betrayal is inevitable. What's the point to worry about it in the first place? With that, you are all in the room together. Whom of you would like to attempt the teleportation spell to get us to where we need to go today?
Can I do one thing as soon as we all get back into the room?
Sure thing.
I was going to do it when we teleported, but if we're going to be under a seeming spell, I don't want to waste the time on the seeming spell.
Please, go for it.
Oh, of course. I just look at Argenti and I go, "Hey, Argenti," and I'm just like walking towards him. It's time to revisit your trauma, and I grab his hand and lock eyes with him and cast Foresight.
What? I see space and time.
And indeed, it's like there's
Funny story, but that's what happens if you're on Adderall and you don't have ADD and you drink a Monster. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Those are my material components for Foresight.
But it's like it's weird. It's almost like there's an afterglow and a before glow. As people are moving, it's almost like you see like 3, 4, 5 different iterations of them moving, maybe one way, another way, maybe this way. Maybe Lara has one retort and there's another retort, and of course I retort to the retort, and of course she's pre-thinking another retort. You're trying to say something and she immediately interrupts you and keeps saying the joke in order to get the joke out. And you just see all of this stuff kind of like happening as, with that, you now have Foresight.
Whoa. Oh. Thank you. Lyra, what a gift. Thank you.
Yeah, well, part of it was
But also, it didn't really feel too much like a gift. But I know that it is. So I appreciate it.
Biting remark after biting remark after biting remark after biting remark. You're like, God damn it. You're trying to like just sift through them all.
Yeah.
All the timelines where Lyra killed Argenti.
Where you're just not in the room with them.
80%. Yoni, I think you've used up a lot of resources today. I can take this one.
Okay. I mean, I'm still pretty good, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I hate making that roll, so.
Wait, didn't you send a lot of sendings? Didn't you send sendings?
No, that was all the priests.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll do it anyway, because why not?
You're a dragon.
I was trying to be nice.
Dragon.
Yeah. Okay, we'll teleport to that to the place where it's hidden.
All right, go ahead and click the teleport button.
To the buried Karens.
Yeah.
I know.
That's bad, Karen.
Speak to your manager.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed it actually says the GM rolls the D100.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I have to reset up some of the thingamajigs because that should have been set up. So that's going to update some stuff on y'all's character sheets in just 1 second. Once that is done, it's going to change some stuff. But until then, I get to roll a D100. Yay.
I'm scared.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
We're so off target. We're in the Karens, guys.
We are
Underground. We're underground.
It's fine.
I'm just kidding. Oh, no.
Or we appear later right next to Roxana.
Okay.
Guys, we just teleported into the next room. Like,
We're just all versus bedroom.
Guys, everyone be quiet. We gotta make another grand. Like, this is embarrassing. They can't know what it is.
Right. Like,
Do it again,
don't
do it
know
again.
that we're here.
Remember how I
Yes,
asked you guys what the last session might be?
is it
So you
right
can
now?
have multiple mishaps. I just learned that because it hasn't happened like that before. And each mishap can be a little ouchy.
Aw.
Uh-oh.
I hate this.
So there might have been multiple mishaps.
Oh man.
All right, David's not allowed to roll for teleportation anymore.
I'm literally the one who has to roll for it. And this was...
No, we're
listen,
changing that.
I'm
We're
just
changing
glad
that
that these
rule.
are hidden rolls because Elena would have been very upset. That's all.
No, that's fine. What's one more divine intervention today? It's fine.
One,
What's two more?
two. So with that, Argenti, you're like, yes. I don't know. I'm so sorry, Jason. Argenti is just fucking 172 in human years now in my head. But anyway, you kind of usher everyone forward as you close your eyes. The silvery light kind of comes off of you as the energy kind of whisks you all away. Yanni, you're used to this spell. As it kind of like teleports you towards there, you can feel Argenti's focus seemingly kind of waver, and he's like, no, actually, Whataburger, no, I think we should probably do Del Taco, no, more like, and it's just like, it feels like someone who's just kind of like very, just not decisive in that moment, as it kind of like goes, no, and you guys find yourself very rapidly approaching Thylea and the mountain range in the Eurasian Peninsula, and then you punch through it. Shit. Yeah, Argenti's like, no. Tries to autocorrect, flies back up. And this is where you guys, it's like Argenti is desperately holding onto the spell to keep you not material, but you materialize partially as you guys are partially ripped apart and then put together. If you remember in Harry Potter, the splice or whatever it was called, the like when
Splinch.
Wow.
the splinge, yeah,
Incorrect.
when Ron get like partially like re-amalgamated there, that is happening to all of you.
Oh god. Ow.
I imagine it's like, you know, sometimes in a movie when there's crazy shit happening and you just kind of see all this madness, and then the camera all of a sudden focuses in on one person. I feel like right before we'd punch through the mountain, it would focus in on Yanni, and there'd be a moment of silence, and they'd just go, "Fuck."
End of episode.
All kind of being pulled apart, and then you kind of like autocorrect and you try to go back towards it, but then you don't realize that once again you punch through the mountain top, trying to materialize again and again. It tears at you guys again, as at that point you just go fuck as you just pull down, and then the energy finally releases you. In doing so, each of you takes 38 points of force damage. And no, you cannot rage while you're in a teleport.
Could have been a whole lot worse.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
We could have just made it.
Could have been a whole lot better too, you're right.
Yeah.
With that, suddenly
Could've.
you just find yourself in a significantly colder, drier environment. You look about and they're massive. It's like a big open sky, as you can see huge clouds moving by. The mountain range rises to your east, and you seem to be kind of like in the lower foothills where there are massive boulders and kind of like these rolling hill-like fields all about you. As you are, as you kind of like standing amidst all of that, kind of like looking around, Darian, with the insane passive that you have, you know, Argenti, Yanni, you absolutely would have noticed this too, but Darian, you're the first one to spot this. As you kind of look down, and there's like a different piece of skin where your forearm is like, fuck! As you kind of grab everyone and kind of pull them behind some boulders, you see that down towards the forests is a line of Amazons marching. And this line is like an army. As they're kind of like marching just by the tree line, kind of using it as a partial cover. You can see up above, indeed, some of the birds are circling. And you see 3 of them starting to approach, flying towards you all. Light of Thylea. as these three birds are approaching. What is your plan?
Why are we hurt? We need to come up with a story fast.
We still look like Amazons, right?
Yes, you do look like Amazons,
happened
which
to
means
the
that
spell?
your injuries aren't actually
Yeah,
showing.
they can't see them.
They are injuries?
Yeah.
There's just
But
blood
also-
dripping through your illusion. Oh no.
You'd be surprised to know that I don't speak bird. So what are we gonna do about the bird?
I mean, they're mechanical birds, right? Do they talk, Darian?
Yeah, I can talk to Andrea and she understands me, and then she can communicate back with me. But I think it's like a 1-to-1.
Thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 1-to-1.
She says, "Oh no, was she out?"
What? No, she wouldn't be out.
I
When
mean,
we
she has to
teleport.
be out. You can't shunt her away.
She'd be in my
She's not a
backpack.
familiar.
She could be in my backpack. How else would we travel together? In my arms? You're not taking away my bird, David.
I'm not taking
just
away the bird.
kidding.
The bird is just ouchy. The bird is a little ouchy. That's all I'm saying. As it's kind of like
A little ouchie.
it's a little mangled. One of the wings is kind of hanging a little haphazardly off its frame. Let's put it that way.
I give her the healing potion that was in her.
Just shatter it in emergency.
No, I think I have to actually fix her.
Is Scylla a rhino? Is that what we decided?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
she's
I
a
think
tiny
so.
rhino.
Okay.
I would just say we just try to, are there hand signals that people would use?
You people.
Wow. Okay, so that's how it's going to be.
Wow, okay. We just got here.
You've been in Amazon for literally
I'm a little
20
worried
seconds.
about how this infiltration is
It's
going to
you
go.
people.
You are an Amazon.
Brisesh just a
okay.
dude who's playing another dude who's pretending to be another dude right now. Okay.
Darian will tell them to quickly stand up. We don't look like we're hurt, so we can't be hurt. And
We
we're just
are hurt.
shut up, Lyra. Xena, whatever your name is. Darian will, if the birds are coming towards her, she'll send her bird up. I don't know if the birds can talk to each other, but she'll.
It can still fly. It just looks a little rough.
I'm just gonna say, just I don't know, just hang out with us. I don't know, like I don't think the birds talk to each other. Like I don't know. So
If you
she's
get
just
close
gonna be
enough
hovering in
and
the
touch
air.
beaks, the Bluetooth syncs.
Yeah. So if the birds are on their way, so they've already spotted us.
Darren, I will say this. You would have automatic knowledge that obviously these birds are there to scope out. They'll probably not get anywhere close to the ground. They're going to see what the fuck is down low and then bring that knowledge back to the Amazons that they belong to. Yanni and Argenti, you two going to make me quick Arcana. Lyra, make me an Arcana check. You know things
Oh my god.
now.
I know things now. I rolled a 1.
28.
This is all still new to you.
It's an edgy one. Oh my god.
I read a book once.
It was boring.
Oh my god.
I read the first page and then I was like, ugh, and I read the last page.
With a 28, Yanni, you think that you could maybe use something here. You all clearly appeared suddenly, right? This clearly smacks of arcane something, right? So there are ideas here. Maybe you could play that you were sent here on purpose, maybe you, whatever else, right? Like there could be some potential here. But with a 28, there's something else that certainly is feared by some people. There are people who maybe they were born on a ley line, or maybe they were born in a certain set of stars in the sky. Whatever it might have been, sometimes they manifest magic in incredibly odd ways. And that could sometimes also include something known as wild magic. As the ideas start to come to you, how could this be explained? Maybe this is something where you didn't have control, or maybe something happened to you. It's starting to just kind of churn in your mind of all the possibilities of magic made this happen.
Question. Is there anything like two trees creating an arch beneath them, or a rock formation that has like a hole in it that we could have come out of? I have a reason I'm asking.
Yeah. I was just going to say, roll me a D100.
Nope, there's not. That was a 1.
Wow. Hey, look at that. Look at that 300. Look at that. Did you see that? Did you see what he just rolled? Did you see that?
We didn't. Darian sure did. That's.
We all need some divine intervention at this point. That's what the dice are saying.
Yeah. I'm a cleric now, guys. I took my next level in cleric. It all worked out.
I can't multi-class cleric because my wisdom is too low.
Darian suddenly cuts her own head off with a shotgun, becomes Estrella. I'm a cleric now, suckers. Oh no. You look around, and you had to be pulled a ways by Darian to even get to the boulder. It was kind of an open little flat area immediately where you appeared.
Okay, here's the story. We ran into a sphinx, and it didn't want to deal with us, and it cast us away, and that's what happened. That's how we ended up here.
All right, that's good. I like that.
Where did we run into Sphinx?
There's Sphinx here?
Argenti, roll me a history check with advantage. You're the historian. Help him out.
We were way up that way.
You know,
19.
Argenti, you come up. Yes, there is a place called the Island of Time. That is where sphinxes traditionally live. In fact, the Lotus Witch, what the group had defeated, didn't live there, which indicated that she was in exile. And then you go like, yes. And you're like, what if we just say that Moxena sent us on a secret mission to parlay with the sphinxes, right? To figure out maybe we can age something. And this is Jason.
And Xena over there went and lipped off and
get him on our side.
One of the sphinxes, and here we are.
Right. They're incredibly powerful. You know, it would make sense that Moxena would want them on our side.
Yeah, we killed one.
After the birds had circled for 5 minutes, they returned, or even less than that, they returned back towards the Amazon as used to. You kind of started talking about your ideas and your plans, and we'll make a little impromptu role play pause button. Each of you gets one pause button where you can talk about it above table really quick about a better bullshit rule, as of course the Amazons came towards you and then try to bring you back to the main body. Do you acquiesce to being brought into the main body of the Amazons marching?
Yeah.
Person's like, oh no, I fucking kill them all.
Why don't we just kill
Krista
them?
would have healed herself beforehand, though.
You can absolutely, you would have time to heal yourself. So if you guys want to expend healing spells and that kind of stuff, you certainly can do that. Argenti's like, cone of coals, chromatic orb.
I know.
Frostbite.
Oh, I have a potion. I got a potion in there.
David, question.
More pots.
Tyler,
I don't
answer.
remember, and
What
I
is it?
need clarification.
Yeah.
When it comes to spell slots and pact magic, are you cool with people using pact magic for their other spells?
Where I limit it is tea, coffee, and cocaine logs. That's
Well, I'm
otherwise,
not
it's totally
I'm not a book lock, so
yeah.
cool. Then Lyra's just gonna like crook her head into her shoulder and just like get your shit together, and I'm gonna cast healing word on myself.
Nice. I love that you guys are using your healing potions. This is phenomenal. Hey, look at these things that we get. We gotta use them. All right.
I just wanted to get myself over 100. That's my danger
works.
zone.
100%. All right. With that, you guys drank your potions, healed yourselves up. Lyra gets a DM inspiration for saying, "Get your shit together." And you guys are brought down. And it seems like that there is kind of towards the inner part of the forest, there is a central column, and you can see that Amazon's clad with adamantine breastplate and the like, is kind of like marching in that middle column, and you are brought before a Medusa. Of course, as expected, you're being challenged. As you give your names, the Medusa goes, "Who are you? Where did you come from? What is this?"
Oh no. I've immediately forgotten everything we just said.
You didn't get your shit together.
Does Tyler need to do the first pause button already?
Wait, no, I got this. Okay.
Mind you also, again, all Amazons are feminine. The seeming spell, as far as I remember, does not change your voice.
No, not if it's what I remember.
Well then, two of us are kind of fucked in that regard.
Well, Argenti's kind of, it's indestructible.
You could always
That's
try
true,
a
that's
performance
true.
check.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah,
you know.
yes.
I got punched in the throat last week, and I'm still.
What's your name? Gertrude.
Brunhilde. Sorry, okay. Is there like a salute that Amazons do? I feel like Darian would have told me this before we left.
I give full license to Elena. What is the salute for the... Tread careful here, god fucking damn it.
I mean, I know this is like, but like, I do picture like in Wonder Woman, like just like the simple like fist over the symbol. Yeah, we do that only when we're close friends, Tyler. Only close friends to each other.
Let's start to get into Lady Gaga territory. No.
I let Lyra do all this stupid shit, and I'm like, you know what? We don't need her. We got here.
Don't ask questions, Clancy.
Yeah, no. No, I think it's just the simple like fist over your heart and like a bow, like you would to somebody who's higher. No, just the one fist. Just the one.
Okay, yeah, so I do that. I do the little Amazon salute. And then I say the only parts of the conversation we had that I remember. I say,
I am Xena. That's it.
My name is Xena.
Oh no.
We were traversing the mountains and came across a sphinx, and the sphinx banished us back here.
You were traversing what mountains?
The mountains on the...
Don't forget that you have your convenient, you can come up with bullshit that you talked about on the way here storyline.
Right, yeah. But this time I do remember that it was the Island of Time that you mentioned. Yeah. So I will say the mountains on the Island of Time.
That didn't totally happen on a side chat.
We're messaging in our heads, David. We see her stumbling.
Oh, no, this part I actually remembered. I have not looked at the 4 messages that I have waiting for me in the Discord.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, it is all caps. Clancy just saying the island of time.
Jesus Christ, get your shit together, Lyra.
Get your shit together.
Maybe you should cast that spell one more time.
One more time.
Just saying.
I have
This
a
is not
mild.
vicious mockery, though.
I have a mild concussion. Yeah, I said get your shit together and accidentally cast vicious mockery on myself instead of healing word.
What? In Moxena's name, what are you doing on the island of time? What? Get one of the priestesses. Something doesn't. As one of the Amazons does the bow and starts to run off to get a priestess. What are you doing on the island of time? That is days and days of travel from here.
We were looking for resources to help in the coming fight. Weapons, artifacts, any magical items we could procure.
So now we have a little bit of a window for you viewers at home. If Tyler ever runs for president, this is what it will be like if he reads off his teleprompter.
No, actually, Clancy said witchcraft, and
Witchcraft!
There's a gift.
and Elena didn't say anything. She just sent a gift that says, "I hate it."
See, we're not helping.
They're
No,
not. They're
no,
not
If
helping.
anything, we're making it worse.
Yes.
Do Amazons do witchcraft? I mean, I guess when they're bored, you never know.
I mean,
fucking
yeah.
do magic, Lyra.
Saying all magic is witchcraft is not okay.
Yeah. You were on the island of time to get resources. Who ordered
Got it.
you to do this? Why do I not know about this? The snakes are all kind of like at attention. These ones all look like cobras with like the hoods kind of like flaring a little bit.
Lady Casaria did. She said that she'd been there with the light at one point, and it would be a good location to look for any sort of magic we could find.
The priestess at this point arrives. And Lyra, I'd like you to make me a persuasion check. Or, I guess in this case, no. A deception check. There's like a lie within
sure
a lie
if
on
you
that
want me to.
one. Yes.
You have a fate die. You have a fate die.
You do
I
have a
don't
fate
know.
die.
Oh, you're right. I will go ahead and use that. It was an 18, which makes it a 36.
Absurd.
Wait, no. That's, 36.
You, Lyra, suddenly see yourself in a different camp with Gaius and the Silver Dragon trying to get out alive.
Ignore that. I was just using it.
And then you see yourself in the present situation again. Your words stumbling over each other like a kid that is tripping over its own feet, learning to talk. And instead you take the strings and you pull the tapestry aside until you find one where you stand tall and proud, straight-backed, looking the Medusa in the eye, telling her that if she dares to go against the plans of Casaria and make you say more of the secrets that you swore to keep so that the light of Thylea could not get them, so that these damned new gods, if they will not bend the knee, will rip away from the cause to prevent Moxena from becoming the goddess that she deserves to be, then you will respond to her. Maybe next time you, General, will become the sacrifice upon the stony hand of Cantemane. And for a second, all of you guys are kind of like... like looking at Lyra as you kind of like feel like you come back into your own body. Your heart's just like just fucking like stampeding like rhinos across the Themis landscape. And she goes, fine. The priest is like, what did you want? Nothing. Make sure that these ones are fed and bandaged, I suppose. We don't have time for these delays. Well, you're no longer in the island of time. You're in Erisia. Do you know of the plans of the Caduceus?
I know we were looking for it. I didn't know we had found it.
Well, we have. And that is why I am not going to be sacrificed upon a hand.
Well, do we need to meet them somewhere? Where are they?
I tell you what. I will make you part of the vanguard. Why don't you help clear out these cairns? We've been running into resistance. Actually, yes. Yes, I think that's precisely where you will belong. Bind your wounds. Then we're going to push through these damned fields and they're undead. Be gone with you. As all the other Amazons kind of bow, you guys instinctively bow as well. Ultimately, you're being taken away and walk towards the front of the long column. Where you settle down, you see that there are a bunch of different scout groups. You see them because they're all wearing kind of more like studded or plain leather armor instead of like the breastplates to make them a little bit more nimble, a little bit more maneuverable, move a little bit faster. Daphne, roll me a luck roll, please.
Okay. Because we're all doing so good with those.
Hey,
I'll take a 60. I'll take a 60.
I just love seeing not a divine intervention, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah.
You guys effectively get a short rest in. So if you'd like to use hit dice or anything like that, you certainly can.
Hell yeah. Get that spell slot back.
You want us to click the short rest
Yes.
as well?
Yes. That especially matters for Lyra.
It does, because I get another fate dice too.
I think my bird has hit die.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna look that up. And if I do, I will roll for her if that's alright.
Sure thing.
Alright, we'll take
Actually,
a
I think you have to repair her, right? Hold up.
I was just gonna look it up really quick in the so that way if I'll let you know as soon as I find the info. That way if we know if Daphne's mom's around.
Not this, not this. There you go. As you look this up,
Yes.
you guys are being given bandages to kind of like get yourselves ready. There's a lot of murmur and a lot of anxiety amongst the Amazonian scouts or Amazon scouts because over the days that they have been trudging through this place, they have been assaulted again and again. You overhear the conversations. I don't trust these woods. I know that they're somewhat safer, but I feel like they're just curling us towards this place. It's like the bones are watching. And rising, too. I don't know if I want to fight another pile of damned bones rising from the ground again. I don't know. I would rather fight them than the fucking minotaurs. Those malakas, always attacking at night. I've seen them chanting their foul necromancy. These conversations go on. What you gather over the short rest is that indeed what appear to be roaming tribes of minotaurs have been assailing and waylaying these Amazons night after night, sending wave after wave of undead towards them. Having done mild damage, the Amazons are well-trained soldiers, but still slowing them down significantly. One of the scout troops seems to have been able to push through some of those lines through some clever military play, and found a cairn that actually matched the description of the one that they were looking for. This is where the column is now pushing. They're trying to distract these forces so that a small strike team, a vanguard, can kind of try to push towards the cairn, secure it, and then the rest of the body is going to move in, take it over. It appears that you have landed yourself in the group of soldiers who will be sent behind the enemy lines towards the cairn that you seek and claim it for the Amazons. As you guys had hush-hush conversation, mostly just inside of your minds, kind of like trying to say like, oh, this is what I heard, this is what I heard, this is what I heard. Suddenly, another set of bandages is dropped off next to you. And Daphne, it takes everything in your body not to immediately jump up and give your mom a hug. As she kind of looks towards all of you. Hey, my name is Leto. I'm going to be one of the squad leaders that is going to send ourselves into whatever bony maw this is going to be. I heard that you came from far away.
Yep.
Daphne.
The Island of Time. Oh, the Island of Time!
I know, it starts to sound like the never-ending story.
Here I am being like, alright, Daphne can't say a goddamn thing or else he's gonna fuck up the whole thing.
Your mom does this
That
thing
was actually a genuine mistake.
she's done many a times where she just kind of like, she pretends like she's in a thinking mode, but she puts her two fingers kind of under her shoulder and taps them twice. As she kind of looks across all of you. A sign that you recognize.
I think Daphne will do it back.
And you see your mom kind of like react and then compose herself very quickly. All right, well, I'm supposed to take you to one of the provision tents. At least they're going to not send us to our deaths on a hungry stomach. Come with me, all right? The middle-aged but completely cut woman kind of gets up as you all follow her. You see the mess tent is very quickly kind of set up. Most of the Amazons are kind of like loitering around, kind of just pushing their food about. You can see, or you can feel that there's a little bit of an aura almost of just anxiety as people know that they're going to rush into potentially death here soon. A little takes you towards the back of the mess tent where you can see some women kind of gathered. You can see everything from like this easily like 6'3" tall woman that is just like 250 pounds of pure muscle mass, kind of like looking over this mousy kind of like very lithe woman that maybe weighs 100 pounds when wet, kind of like playing with some daggers as she kind of like flicks them over and catches them. A couple others kind of gathered around as Leto kind of motions for you guys to come through. This part of the mess hall has been kind of mocked off, and you realize it's the kitchen portion. This is essentially where they prepare the food, and you gather this must be the kitchen detail, the Amazons that are in charge of cooking for the rest of the camp. You can see that they all become very tense and kind of look first at you all and then towards Leto, and she goes, and she kind of looks around, making sure that nobody followed, and then closes the tent flap. It's them. You can see all of the women around there just like, kind of like, you see a couple of them start sweating as the anxiety kind of like releases a little bit. The bigger woman just kind of goes, "Shh. My name is Gertrude. So you are the light then, right?"
Oh, we're fine. We were fine the whole time. Oh. Of course there's a butch Amazon.
We don't describe them as butch, Lyra. They're just Amazons. All right.
No, I have a halfling husband at home, and I love him very much.
Yeah.
So, what did you say your name was again?
Gertrude Holga.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Oh, two first names as a name. Okay.
Wow, that seems really really not Amazonian at all.
It is not. It was
What's that?
named after the people that washed up on this land.
Oh.
You said there. How many of them are there? There's her mom.
They're about 8
Gertrude.
in total, including her mom.
Okay.
Also, I just wanted to say we started moving real quick, so I didn't want to interrupt you. But I was gonna say I'll do a check or whatever if you want me to, but Amazon's cast magic, so I don't know if they would have been too concerned with it. But I wanted to give Brissa a gift of alacrity at the end of our short rest because I get to do it every short rest.
And you gave it to Brissa?
Yeah, because the
cool.
first one at the start of the day I gave to myself.
Sounds good. Actually, why don't you target Brissa and actually cast it then?
I haven't been doing that because
Fancy.
I know, I'm trying out some new macros, and I'm
Okay.
hoping that'll work properly.
yeah, it just never really added anything. But
I
yeah,
know, that's what I'm saying.
I know, I'm doing it.
Anyway. Leto looks across all of you and kind of squints. Daphne? Is that you? As she kind of like comes towards you, since Daphne, you're the one who did the motion back.
Yeah, she'll just like still whisper because she doesn't trust the tents to block off enough noise, you know, and just like reach for her hand. Yeah, it's me.
And she just like quietly pulls you in and gives you this hug. And you're of two minds. One wants to just grab your mom in this big bear hug and just squeeze the ever living hell out of her. And the other part, the part that for some reason gets to act, just gets stiff and just is being hugged. I'm so glad you're all right. These 8 here are with me now. We're going to be in the front lines. Hey, maybe we can make it to this cairn first. All right? There are some others that they've been talking to. Maybe we can distract everyone long enough. We're going to give them the wrong cairn so that, you know, you 6 can do whatever you need to do. This Caduceus thing. Does it really make someone a god?
Partially, it's a part of it.
Good. And you're going to make damn sure that they're not going to get it, all right?
Do you have an exit plan after this?
I'm looking at it.
Good. Good.
Do you have an exit plan? I should probably ask.
Looks to Brissa and Lyra. And Yanni.
Where
And
the
Argenti.
I mean, I could probably carry someone and put a few on Isla, or we could teleport.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Brissa's in the corner, and she's like, "What did Brunhilde Holga? Did you say that was your name?"
Yes.
Interesting. You're very strong.
Oh my god, Lyra.
She puffs up. Yep.
How do you feel about minotaurs?
This is not happening right now.
No, it's not.
Too big for my
Please,
taste.
can you focus?
They're allowed to flirt in their corner. We'll figure out the rest of it. Let them have their corner of the tent. Well,
It gets awkwardly quiet. Lyra immediately notices it.
I mean, if you like minotaurs, they captured a few of them. They've been torturing them for information.
We're gonna have to put a pin in that.
I mean, that's kind of what they've been doing, yes.
Oh,
That sounds unpleasant.
It has been, I can imagine. But they also tried to kill us, so... prisoner of war.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Oh, can't wait to go back to my husband. I love him so much.
And what's his name?
All right. So plan. We don't normally have plans, and when we do, they kind of veer off course.
Go on.
So right now the plan is we get the Caduceus. And that's about all we've got with the plan. And we have 24 hours to do it.
I think we should try and just teleport out of there with all of us, and if that doesn't work, we fly out of there with as many as we can. Leave there.
Yanni, you're going to be the one to teleport us, right?
Most
Right?
likely.
Because
Yeah,
Argenti did the here, so you should do the not here.
Well, I
Yeah.
think
Right? It's only fair.
Yeah, Argenti's not allowed to teleport anymore. At least not to me.
Sorry.
I never want to meet a mountain like that ever again.
I live in the mountains, and it still was too much for me.
Listen, I'm a little rusty.
Both of them, though, right?
All right. How many people could I fit on my back in dragon form? 8 people? Like
8 people?
10?
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know
Do
how
you
big I
turn
am.
into a dragon cat bus? What the
The little
A
yellow
dragon what?
boats you can
fuck? A dragon
pull
cat
behind.
bus.
Oh.
Or no, you know, like when you're like
Oh,
on a speedboat and it's like the yellow tube that you can sit on behind. There's like 6 people.
Yeah.
That's what a banana boat.
Yeah.
Picturing
Yeah.
Argenti's just banana
Like
boat
my-
carry us.
Am I like as big as like Drogon? Because like, didn't he carry like 6 or 7 people?
You're not as
in the
big as
north?
Drogon, I don't think.
Okay,
Well, which
so we're talking
is-
like Balerion, right? Bigger.
So you're huge. You are
Yeah.
technically.
I'm like a Rhaegal, right? I'm like stunted a little bit.
Like the size of
solid Rhaegal,
Daphne's mom
sure.
right now, yeah?
Something
Right?
like that.
Yeah.
That's a huge token, right? Daphne's hot mom.
Yeah.
Wait, am I the same size as Syla? Is Syla
you're
and I the
bigger
same
than
Sila's
Syla.
large.
You're bigger than Syla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many people can Syla carry?
I mean,
Well,
what I
Yanni.
would say is like you're big enough. You're big enough in dragon form that you could probably grab one person in each claw and have someone on your back, and probably could fly. Maybe not comfortably, but you could fly like that.
Okay.
And summon the birds.
I can already fly, but not quickly.
The big birds. People could could sit on the back of the big birds if we're all flying out of here.
They will be slowed down. So the only time that you're not slowed down when you're carrying something is if that creature is at least 2 sizes smaller than you.
Can I make one
However,
big bird?
is this something that you want to do like in the camp, or is that just like afterwards to get the fuck out of Dodge?
I think if like we don't have enough teleportation spells.
Oh, okay. So it's like the backup
Yeah.
plan to the game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if we're gonna
Plan
get
A
Daphne's,
is teleport.
but we can't take all these people with us.
I think
I
Yanni
Are we
and
taking
Argent.
I can
all of
only-
them with us?
I can only take a total of 9 people, including me, with a teleport.
Yeah, all of the
Can't leave
Amazons
Daphne's
kind of
mom
get a little
here.
uncomfortable when you say that.
Well, we
So-
have 2 people that can teleport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
do.
so we could technically leave with 18 people, right? Does that math work? Right? No.
That
17.
mathin'.
It does.
Yeah,
it do
it's-
be mathing like that.
I've already done too much math today. Don't ask me to do more math.
So I'll hang on to a teleport.
Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
Are we like in character? Are
Mhm.
are we planning on looking for Nitros while we're here, or
When did that happen?
I've-
Did I miss something?
I just don't know if we want to at least keep an eye out because we still don't really know where.
Of course, we're going to keep an eye out for her, but I think she's with Moxena. So is Moxena here?
Well, why wouldn't she be here if the Caduceus is here?
Your child, Mitros. Okay.
You thought he
I
thought he
know.
was talking
I
about
know.
the
There
city?
is the goddess, the city,
No,
and the child.
I thought he was talking about the
so-
goddess.
It's the tribe.
Oh.
Like, that's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The goddess, the
Yeah.
city, and the child.
Oh, I renamed my bird that too, just to, you know.
Yours is Mitros.
It's that
Not really,
pyramid
but
symbol
yeah.
for that. That's a new Amazonian greeting.
Oh.
I mean, why wouldn't she be here if the Caduceus is here? Is all I'm saying.
I guess, is Moxana here? Is she nearby somewhere? Do you guys know?
The queen? No, the lithe one says.
Well,
Damn.
okay, lithe one.
Would she show up if you guys found the Caduceus? If you reported back to her that you had the Caduceus?
They'll look at each
Would
other.
she
Leather
show
goes, I don't know. From what I've been able to overhear in the evening briefings, maybe. I think they have a plan to deliver the Caduceus to her.
That makes more sense, honestly.
Do you know where the plan is to deliver it to?
Themis?
I don't know. I feel like Moxena wouldn't be the type to hope that someone could deliver a divine item to her, but it is what it is.
That shit gets lost in the post all the time. It just says so.
She seems like the type that would
Yeah,
come
Lena.
here and
Roll me a
grab it
D100,
herself.
please.
Valis isn't here.
Roll me a
She
D100.
doesn't know. Fine. That's
Oh
a
my god,
divine
you
intervention.
did it!
Twice in one session. Let's go.
Elena, did you, by the way, look up how your bird can...
It's as long as she has hit points on a long rest, she gets them all back.
Okay.
So not a short rest.
Do you have
But
mending or
I knew
something?
it was something. What?
Do you have mending or something?
No, I don't. But
Would you let mending work? Would that?
Isn't that part of the text? Am I remembering a homunculus?
Well, mending heals constructs, but I don't know. I just didn't know if you would let that count.
It doesn't.
For the bird.
It doesn't explicitly say it. The only thing it says is it's a clockwork creature. It's not a true animal, and that the only way that I read to heal it is the long rest. It gets its hit points back. It doesn't say anything outside of that. And then if it gets completely destroyed, I have to rebuild it. That's all it says.
When would that ever happen? You never know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not from a botched teleport.
Wait, are we trying mending? Do I need to? I can cast mending.
I mean,
Yeah,
we can try, but
I just put the bird in Daphne's hands. Could you just mend my bird?
because doesn't it
Sure.
say that it heals constructs?
Mending it does not. This is something special for artificer stuff.
Oh.
Okay, you just make it so she's not leaking oil
The
everywhere.
spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but the spell can't restore magic to such an object.
No, but it
can I
doesn't
link it?
specify like how much it heals it. I do.
No.
You know
But
what?
it's not
you know
like
what?
it heals
you had
at
a, you had a
1d8
whole short
or
rest.
anything like that.
I'll allow it.
She doesn't have a potion anymore. I drank my own potion. Yeah.
I can't.
I need it.
Yikes!
It's like baby birded.
Yeah.
Oh no! Gross.
She breaks the health potion inside of her construct
She just breaks
body,
the
and then
bird
just
open.
baby birds
That's
it.
how I thought. That's what I
Glass
thought.
shards, the cork.
Oh my god, Daphne, I'm so sorry. Your mom must think we're idiots.
She's not the only one. It's
She-
a long-running problem for us.
Yeah, she just came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll have you know, we killed a god.
It's like the only thing we have on our list at this point. We released 8, but we killed 1.
Honestly, if you look through our list of achievements, 95% of it is we killed X, Y, or Z.
No, you
haven't-
guys brought about. No, you made a peace agreement. That is a big accomplishment too. You did that.
That is true.
That's also on there, but the
And
12
you
other
fucked
things
a
are
lot of
people we've
people.
killed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those are personal achievements, not
Exactly.
like group achievements. I mean, some of them were group achievements, but not this group specifically.
So, what's Marion's mom's name? She's just.
Her name is Jared
Leto.
Leto.
Is it just
Another one.
Leto.
Lido? Lido?
I mean, originally I said Leto, but yeah, it can be. Whatever
Leto.
David
I'll just
decides.
call her
Sorry.
Leto.
But
You said that you were going to tell them the wrong Karen, correct?
I think it's called
correct
Karen. But... Yes.
I'll call her whatever I want.
Are your friends drunk, Daphne?
we had a really bad teleportation incident, and I think it rocked a lot of us.
We
We're
went
all
through a
mildly
mountain.
concussed.
Not just once, twice. We went through
Yes.
a mountain.
I accept responsibility. I'm sorry.
But you made it here, and that's all that matters. You're alive. For the most part, you seem whole.
That's
Okay.
crazy what a power nap can do.
Enjoy it while it lasts, Tyler.
So the wrong Karen.
Yeah, Karen.
We're going to lead her there. Them. And buy you a little bit of time. You'll have, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Do you think that's enough?
What, to grab it and leave?
Yeah. That's all you need to do, right?
Then how are we meeting back with you to get you out?
I'm less concerned with that.
Well, I'm concerned about
We're
it.
all pretty concerned
good
about
for you, and I
that.
appreciate that. But you said that this Caduceus thing can make people gods. I don't want Moxena to be a god. There are more important things than me in this life, Daphne. I'm sorry. Listen. It's been a lot of stress. Alright? There are moments when I considered running away when I had a chance, but... in those moments I thought of you. That you have been... challenging the Titans. With other mortals. My perfect girl. And I wasn't going to run away and be a coward when my daughter was fighting gods. And now you're here, and you can protect Thylea. And I'll be damned if I don't help you accomplish that.
I'd rather celebrate the accomplishment with you.
Oh, me too. This is not a death wish situation. I'm just trying to buy you the time that you need. We'll be smart. She kind of looks around, and the others are like, I mean, we are running directly into the worst of it. Yeah, but we have done this how many nights now? Remember the formations that I've taught you? None of that's hero stuff. She kind of looks at the six of you. Sorry, but a real soldier doesn't do what you try to do. We don't recover on the short nap like you do.
We had to train long and hard to be able to do that.
It's true. Really, look at all these magic items. And especially this one. Queen Bressa, you look magnificent. Not a single thing out of place with you.
Don't we all
Thank
still
you.
look like Amazons?
She pushes the illusion aside. No, I'm just kidding. It still
I'm just-
has to match the frame. If anything, she looks like the big lady that you've been talking to.
I'm just worried about if she sees what Daphne actually looks like.
Oh, she has not. She has absolutely not.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, no, she
That's
has
what
no
I'm worried
idea.
about.
Yeah.
That's why I would like to specify that we
Wonderful.
still look like
Wonderful.
Amazon.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
Just could you try to get back to us?
Of course I will. And you just try to come back to me. All right?
Can we set like a halfway meeting point?
I don't know what
Like a
the...
place?
I mean, there are a bunch of hills, a bunch of cairns. We can just go to the tallest one. Do you want to maybe have a signal in the sky or something to let us know it's time?
Can't any of us do that?
I mean, are you just not going to come with us? Because then if you're with us in the cairn, you could just teleport with us from.
I have to lead
cairn.
them away, and I'm not going to abandon these women. This one figured out who I was the second night in, and I reminded her what Themis was like, what a true warrior was like before the Amazons, or the fake Amazons, before the snake-headed Medusas took things over. I reminded her of the ancient bloodline. She kind of looks between all of you. Queen Darien?
Lyra raises
And
her.
all the Amazons, by the way, kind of like lean forward a little bit. Kind of become tense. You see their eyes kind of going a little bit wider. Listen up. This is your true queen. And you see the Amazons kind of stand up and start to walk towards you. Broad-shouldered, muscled. They all kind of meet your gaze as you look between them. There's a moment where you kind of almost feel anxiety and fear creeping as all these hardened warriors stare you down. Darien, what's going through your mind as you have almost a dozen of your subjects look at you in this way?
I think it's starting to settle in that there are people that could believe in her or do believe in her, because it's always just been names and numbers on a piece of paper before. But I also think there's a little bit of, I don't want to say bitterness, but a little bit of, once again, it takes somebody else speaking on her behalf to make people see her in that light. It's not coming from her, it's coming from outside people that believe in her. So I think there's a little bit of that. Once again, it's not me, it's other people speaking for me.
It's not me, it's you, yeah.
Yeah.
And as that maybe a little bit of doubt circulates within your brain, suddenly you realize that their heads have disappeared. And you follow them down as they have all dropped to a knee before you, doing the salute.
Nope, no, not that one. That's Wakanda forever.
Guys, we're close. You can do the thing
baseball.
now.
Baseball salute.
You're in the inner circle now. It's fine.
Do the thing.
I hate this, but also love it. It's so cumbersome.
Queen,
Literally
could
the
we maybe
most
change the
complicated.
salute when you take power? I don't
First
know.
thing I will do when I am
know that
queen
they
is
implemented
change
it
the
because it
salute.
looks like a snake. You know, the little weird snake.
I know.
That's
I just don't like it.
It's like the dumbest thing she
It's
could have
so
done.
complicated.
You know? But you know what though? I heard she was. Never mind. We won't go into it. It's fine. I appreciate. No, I was gonna do something dumb.
I love the restraint.
In this campaign.
Right now,
I
in
was
this moment, you were gonna do something dumb.
dumber than I thought. So anyway, Darien will say,
It's like butter.
please, and she'll reach down to the one that is like, I guess, right in front of her and gently lift her up and say, I am honored to have you on my side.
You have this large woman tower over you. As she goes, no, my queen. I am glad that I can finally serve the true Themis.
Well, you have your orders from Leto. But my orders are, no matter what happens, you get back to us and you keep her safe.
Yes, my queen. And the others, yes, my queen.
My elbow, Lyra, when she does that shit.
The other Amazons beat her up.
Mhm.
I'm into it.
This is my dream.
Did I die when we teleported?
Is this heaven? Alrighty. Is there anything else that you'd want to accomplish in the war camp? Of course, my God. Scylla was led towards the stables. And
Scylla's a rhino.
Towards the stables where she has been hanging out with the other rhinos and looks very uncomfortable in the situation. Just kind of like picks some grass up and pretends to eat it and is like...
She's undercover too.
She's doing her best.
She's like, I don't fucking like vegetables. This is the worst.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Yeah. How this lasts for 8 hours, right? This disguise.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Did she share how far away? Like, how do they know what the real one is?
So they've been looking at ancient maps and essentially found the one that belonged to Carpathos.
Okay.
And it's like a certain formation of the it's investigatory bullshit, right? They looked at mountain formations. There were poems that talked about like the way that the sun hit when it kind of was at a peak point, how one of the peaks kind of cast a shadow, the shape of the cairn itself, certain markers that were hidden amongst the road. There were a lot of these kind of things, and they just had the woman power to actually just brute force the data on that.
Okay. I guess the only thing that Darian would do during that time would be to look and see if there's one nearby that would be a good substitute. Like if they're really going to try to play off and bring them to the wrong one, strategically, what's the one that you're going to bring them to so that way we can plan.
That part is actually easy because as part of it, it's kind of like the ancient pharaohs, for example, they actually had a bunch of very obvious, opulent-looking tombs, but that is not where they actually kept most of their wealth. They actually had other tombs that were hidden, nowhere near as opulently like, oh, hey, that's the Pyramid of Gizeh, right? That's where they kept the true wealth, the actual kings and queens and whatnot. And this is kind of the same way where a lot of them were kind of misleads. A lot of the poems, a lot of the ancient stories, a lot of the recorded histories were actually planted on purpose by Carpathos so that that tomb would not be raided. However, what the Amazons could tell you is that this entire area seems to be very much lived in. Well, lived and unlived in. It seems like these Minotaur tribes have been enacting a lot of necromancy in the area and are sending just waves after waves of undead. And those are all Minotaur skeletons as well. Argenti, Yanni, you automatically know this part of information. Eresia, of course, was founded by Carpathos. And his lineage led all the way to Helen and Yanni. However, Carpathos was able to band a bunch of washed-up settlers, and Sidon had given them an ultimatum to sacrifice 100 oxen or suffer his wrath. Carpathos had convinced all of them to refuse. And as punishment, Sidon turned the original settlers of Eresia into Minotaurs. Cursing them forever. Thus now, the Minotaur tribes in the area. Alright, thank you for that history lesson, Argenti, but they're still the enemy. They're going to attack us on sight. I suppose if you want to, you can ask some questions of the prisoners while they're still alive.
David, I have a question. Oh, no, you go first, Jason.
No, I had a question too, so no, you said it, you go first.
Well, no, I just have a it's been so long and so much has happened question. Before Sai died, when Moxena was like grilling him for information about where the Caduceus was, did he say anything? Was it all just location based, or did he say anything like when they actually found it? Anything they would need? It was so much cryptic bullshit.
Because I remember he mentioned something about his mom being alive, right? And with Carpathos. But I thought he mentioned something else.
Or was it all just like, this is how you find where it is?
This is where you find where it is.
Okay.
No.
And then
Jason.
My question was Ophelia, was she with the Amazons? She wasn't, right? Did I see her with the Amazons?
You saw her.
I can't remember.
Right,
inside
your
of a
daughter.
tent.
I forgot.
Yeah. You saw her inside of a tent, looking at a mirror, putting on a ring, and then disappearing from your vision. She was wearing Amazonian armor. She had a breastplate that did depict Moxena, essentially, in a simplified version. So she's definitely with the Amazon. But with the tent, you were not able to tell where with the Amazons.
Yeah. Okay, totally fine. Okay, good to know.
I'll go talk to the Minotaurs if we
Shocker.
think that would be helpful.
I don't see why it wouldn't be, as long as you don't, mouth off to the guards.
And
And mouth off to the Minotaurs?
no, as I keep your mouth off the Minotaurs.
Oh. Damn.
All right. Leto walks with you to show you where the prisoners are currently being kept. As you get there, you see that there is an animal pen that has been cleared out of the other animals that they had here, horses and rhinos. And instead, a stone hand risen out of the ground. You see more of the ritually carved skin of the cultists, and you see two bloodied and bruised looking minotaurs. One has deep black fur, the other one perfectly white. The one with the black fur has dark brown eyes that almost looks like dark black thunderclouds. The white furred one has the distinctive telltale sign of an albino with red eyes, lacking pigmentation throughout. Both of them have blood dripping from their snouts and their mouths, dozens of cuts where whips had slashed across them. Another one whoosh, cuts across the dark furred one. The nostrils flare wide. He kind of looks over towards the other who has this, who kind of closed his eyes. You will not be able to break us. Whack with the whip again, as they spit out some blood. You will only feed the born hordes of our Lord. I am not going to feed anything. You, on the other hand, oh, I wonder if you taste like beef. As it kind of like pace around. Leto goes, I mean, it's going to be kind of hard. Are you sure that you can just walk up and ask questions?
I got it. Is it just the one other?
The
Amazon in
cultist
here?
ladies seem to be also kind of ringed around, and they're currently... They seem to be engaged in similar activities that Peter and the others told you was happening at the other sacrifice place. It seems like they're getting ready to sacrifice these minotaurs.
And how many of them are in here?
Immediately in the vicinity is about half a dozen, but you're in the midst of the war camp. This is like middle.
Oh, it's out in the open.
Oh yeah.
They're not like in a. Okay. I didn't know if they were like in a prison.
Yeah, this is like an
pen or
outside,
something.
it's an animal pen that clearly then was just reused as a temporary prison.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so they're like chained to the hand.
So their chain, like they have essentially chains running from their wrists to their legs as well, and then there's like another chain that has a spike that's rammed into the ground.
Oh, so not connected to the Kentamani.
Not yet.
Got it. It's just there because they're gonna kill them. Got it. Okay. No pressure. Out in the open.
As the hubbub of the war camp is all around you, women getting ready, weapons being sharpened, armor being tinked out, there's like this distinctive shink of arms, like just being getting ready for combat. What do you do?
I'll just walk up to the one with the whip that's like interrogating the Minotaurs, and I'll just hold my hand out and say, "Shift change," and just motion for her to give me the whip.
She kind of looks at you. Who are you? This is... What do you mean? What? No, I just started my shift. And it's very enjoyable, by the way. But I have not seen you before. Who are you?
Well, they told me they needed you at the cairns, but if you want to stay here and whip the Minotaur, fine, I guess I'll just take your spot there.
Of course I want to stay here and whip the Minotaurs. I don't want to rush up against the cairns and die.
You mean the cairns where they found the divine artifact that we're taking back to Moxena and that would put you in good graces?
Oh yeah, like they're going to give it to me. I'm sure it is going to be one of the generals that are going to bring it and then get the good graces from her. You think they're going to take a woman like me? Of course not.
Well, they told me to switch with you, but I'm sure they'll like to hear that you were... And I'll start walking back towards...
Make me a deception check. Hey, before you do, did you roll your fate die yet?
I did, yeah.
What is it?
A 16. But do I want to talk to the Minotaurs? Yes. Do I want to talk to the Minotaurs about that I waste my fate die to lie to this Amazon? Probably not. And also, if I'm fumbling the bag, maybe Daphne's mom knows something that would work better. Yes, I know it's the Hot Minotaur, David. I'm aware that this is the Hot Minotaur that you put in the announcement. Oh,
what are you talking about? I'm
He looks older. Like he's got some age to him.
Actually, as you
Which
get closer,
just
you
makes
also
more
see that
sense.
there's a bunch of marks where the fur's clearly like scarred over. Like this, the dark-haired one has a lot of signs of battle. That this is a warrior of some sort.
Got it. Yeah, I'll just rely on my natural ability to lie to people for this one.
You're good at it. Trust in yourself.
I rolled a nat 20. I got a
Yes.
37.
Yes.
Suddenly you hear the slop, slop, slop of sandals against mud as she goes, fine, fine, fine. Just make sure that they don't, I don't know, run away or something. They're supposed to be sacrificed. And she pushes the whip into your hand. Fucking malacas now to fucking die so Medusa can get all the fucking credit. Stupid. She kind of tries to kick a rock. She just stops her tongue like, shit! She kind of keeps walking.
I just look at Leto.
Leto actually kind of like does this and do you go towards her? Like she's
Yeah.
I know that Minotaur, the dark-haired one.
Oh.
No, not like that.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
God damn it.
We're out in the open. I don't do that. Amazons don't do that. But they could.
She tells you a story, and for a second we actually switch to the grand arena above Mitros. Daphne is a small girl in the stands, as some of the other gladiators are kind of like in the pulpit, kind of like all watching together behind the great kind of like cross guard there. And you can see that as there's a massive crowd just cheering a fight. You can see Daphne's mom kind of like with her gladiatorial outfit. There's like the bestiary kind of like shoulder pad, and opposing her just with these massive knives that are like somewhere between a butcher knife and a dagger in his massive hands. They look small, but they certainly are almost like a great sword for a normal humanoid. This Minotaur is kind of circling with both the weapons out as she goes, "His name is Gore the Great. Nobody ever knew where he lived, where he came from. Everybody assumed it was Arisia. Huh. Old bastard."
Okay, title.
"He is pretty great. He broke my left leg that day." And Daphne, that was the first day as a little girl that you saw your mom get snapped. She was able to move in, get one of the knives away. Then the other one came down. She barely was able to block that away, get the other knife as he just picked her up and just BAM! Snapped the leg and then threw her like a rag doll. It took a lot of magic and then physical therapy to get that to work afterwards again.
It wasn't traumatizing at all.
There's a reason Daphne's the way
you
she
still
is.
chose to be in the Colosseum.
Listen, when you see someone receive healing magic and sleep fucking mortal wounds off,
Yeah, that's true.
who cares?
I like that we got a teleportation concussion, which in real life, the last thing you're supposed to do is go to sleep when you have a concussion, and we all just took a nap, and now we're fine.
You bandaged. It's fine. All right.
So his name is Gore, like Gore, Gore?
Nope, just G-U-R.
Okay, but still pronounced Gore.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Played by Christian Bale, by any chance?
Yes, of course.
That
Now
was his
I'm
character in the
less
last Thor movie.
No, that's Daphne now, the way he looks. But as you guys are kind of talking for a second, that kind of causes a little bit of a holdup. The Minotaur, the albino Minotaur is still kind of like face turned up and seems to be mumbling, maybe praying under his breath. But Gore kind of looks up angrily, kind of at your back as you turn around. You're in his eyes meet, and then he looks past you and sees Leto. His eyes kind of narrow down, the nostrils kind of going white again as he puffs out some air.
Cool. I will turn towards Gore, and I want to, I gotta make it believable. I want to flick the whip at him, but like intentionally miss. Like,
are you proficient with whips?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm actually surprised Lyra isn't.
I know,
Wait,
me too.
I gotta look up something because I think if a whip is a simple weapon, then you are.
I think it's
proficient.
martial, isn't it?
It is a martial weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You pick it up on the wrong end.
It's like the heavy end.
All right.
Oh my god, this is very
Torture
unruly.
technique.
Yeah.
This is essentially going to be a dex-based performance check. Okay, you're not proficient in that, so just make me a straight dex check. To pull this off believably, there's going to be a DC 15 for you.
I mean, if I hit him, that's fine, but I don't want to.
That's what this is all about.
I know. I'm just saying, I'll accept the consequences of accidentally hitting him with the whip. Oh, I got a 20.
And Lyra
I
Kinda
am
like-
proficient with whips.
cracks it as it kind of like just snaps before him. His nostrils kind of flare. The other cultists are still busy preparing the incense and unguents that they need for their ritual. A couple of them walk over towards the hand where the chains are starting to be prepared for one of them. You see one of the cultists walks up towards you. which one is going to be sacrificed first?
I still have some questions to ask them, so it will be whoever is the least compliant.
We'll make it quick because we want Kentimani's blessing before we go on the warpath. And I think the hornets are going to sound soon, so better hurry up.
Don't worry, I will.
Stabs you.
Not the hordes. My trigger word. Hey, if a spell has a verbal component, can it just be whatever whatever?
Nope. It would be obvious that you're casting a spell. It would be like a magic incantation. It's like saying Patronus. You can't just say Beats by Dre.
But you can say overpriced headphones. Oh wait, same thing.
What you gonna do, Tyler?
I'll get closer to Gore because I'm hoping that Minotaurs getting whipped is not an odd occurrence and paying a lot of attention to us. So I want to get close enough that I can talk to him without having to yell across the camp.
You kind of get close to his face. His eyes just bear into you, and there's just unbridled rage. You realize that if he wasn't tied down right now, he'd just take you and rip you in half.
God. Okay. First impressions.
A little late.
He knows I'm good with a whip. I'd say that's a good first impression. I will say I heard you used to fight in the arena.
He spits in your face. And just like blood and spits just all across. Gross.
No, just kidding. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll just...
I thought she was from Astoria. Not a Themis bitch.
Wait, what? Who? What? Who are we talking about?
His eyes are kind of looking past you and looking at Leto.
Oh. So he thinks Leto is from Themis?
I mean, she is currently dressed up in Amazon armor.
Right. But he obviously recognizes her.
Mm-hmm.
How far some people fall. What do you want? Be done with it. I will gladly die so that I can rise again to run you through with my horns.
I'll get literally as close as I can before he would be able to reach me. And I'll just say, how many of these Amazons do you think you could gore before they caught you if I released you?
His eyebrow goes up, as he definitely did not expect that to happen. And suddenly the horns sound. As the camp has the signal to start the march.
Oh no.
That's where we're gonna leave it for this.
Man, we gotta go. Where the hell is she?
Yep. Oh boy. Next week, though, we're gonna have to deal with the consequences of Lyra's actions, as per usual, but also rush towards the Karen, Becky, and potentially get the next piece of the puzzle. What?
Did you just say Becky?
Becky is just
You
the
did say
younger
Becky.
version of a Karen.
I thought I hallucinated for a second.
Like, what? Yeah, anyway.
Becky is my Amazon name.
See, now we already talked about this. All right. With that, thank you guys so much for watching tonight. Thank you so much for all the attention that you pay and the silliness that you go into with us for all of the stuff. We sincerely appreciate it. We hope to see you guys again next week. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern is when we stream. You can, of course, catch us also on the YT. Polyhedra TV is our handle on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for following. We deeply appreciate y'all. See you guys next week.
I don't have anything to